always old moody pants that gives you a 9, isn't it, Craig? It's always the way to just give him the 10.
I quite like him, though, too. You know what he's going to do.
I love it.
You know he's going to be
Always
cheeky.
gives a 9. And Alice joining us now. I mean, congratulations where you are, guys. What a wonderful run so far. Blackpool, tell me. Talk to us. What was it like?
It was amazing. Like, Blackpool's just so special. It's a different environment, you know, the atmosphere, the grand ballroom.
Yeah.
I literally walked in, I thought, wow, could be here every week. It's just incredible. Absolutely loved it. Everyone was so welcoming as well. Beautiful people, such warm hearts. And at the time of my life, you know, Paso, Blackpool, it's like a match made in heaven.
Well, Paso is so fiery and passionate, and the acting is such a big part of the routine as well. You must be incredibly proud of her, Alish.
Do you know what? Every single week, I mean, I feel like we have outdid ourselves literally with every single dance. I mean, there was someone tagged us in this photo that says that we are the highest scoring couple in 20 seasons after 9 weeks, which is unbelievable.
I can confirm that is correct.
It is correct?
Correct.
Thank you very much.
Correct.
And it's just, you know, Tasha throws herself into every single dance, but, you know, because every technique of every ballroom and every Latin dance is completely different, and how you can learn to the standard that we're doing every week, it's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. You know, I'm teaching you things that I've never taught before, unless it was someone that, you know, would then go on and do the ballroom and Latin competitions.
Yeah.
It's amazing how talented you are at it and how much we can, you know, push every single week.
Isn't it nice to hear that? What a lovely thing to say.
I don't know.
It's true. It's so true.
He always says, like, my mind's like a Bluetooth.
Yes.
What you always say, isn't it? It's like airdrop.
Literally, we have an airdrop now on.
Nice
Yeah.
one. Your mind's like a Bluetooth.
Constantly.
So
I mean, look
good.
at us wearing white.
It's so
Brilliant.
Do you think you have got what it takes to make it to the very... Because you've won the Glitter Ball before, right, Aliash? So do you think you've
Too
got
long
what it
ago. Too long ago.
He's done it before.
Over
he
a
can do it
decade
again.
ago.
Exactly. This guy needs it.
Over a decade ago. Do you know what? I think it's every week. We take it week by week. You can't have a too far of a goal. I feel like the competition is so hard. Everyone is stepping up. It depends a lot on what dances you do each week, because, you know, some are going to be playing to your strengths, some are not. But I feel like we need to just progress and get better every week.
Yeah, I always say, like, you know, the competition is ourselves. You know, every week, let's push ourselves, challenge ourselves. And I feel like every week's an opportunity. So I really take it and embrace every opportunity I have. So every week is special.
Alish, I always ask Strictly Pros when they come on the sofa about this. When can you tell? Like, can you, like, as in your expectations? Because you never know what your partner's going to be like. So you have to, as a pro, you have to manage your expectations at week, you know, the week 1 or week 2. So when can you tell, oh, OK, this is going to be fine, I can really push her?
Massively. Every single week you change, you manage your expectations. Look, Strictly Come Dancing, for me, always has been about the person standing in front of me. It doesn't matter what I want or what I don't want to do, you know what I mean? Like, it's whoever's standing in front of me, how much they want to learn, how much time they want to put into it. It's really up to them. And
yeah, but you know, if someone walks in, you go, OK, I know that they're limited.
Yeah,
like,
well...
You know, so I know I can only push them so far. Whereas here, you know you've got, like, a blank canvas, right?
It's limitless. Do you know what I mean? I think with Tasha, it's absolutely limitless. But then you can be clever about it. You can go more into the storytelling. You can go more into the picking songs that might have more character behind them. You know, there's so many aspects to it. That's why I love coming back, and I forgot how much I love creating, picking music, you know, seeing a whole picture and then choreographing to that piece of music. And then, you know, every celebrity is completely different. Every single partner that I've had 10 now amazing partners, and you know, I'm still friends with each and every single one of them. And I love that you can push someone to the point that, you know, I mean, dancing is such an obscure thing to learn in front of millions of people.
Yeah,
and it's,
sure.
you know, it's brilliant.
And what you said just there is absolutely right. Like, the fact that you're learning in front of millions of people, but you must have faced challenges that other people didn't face at the same time. What's been the most difficult thing for you?
I think maybe just keeping the energy up throughout everything, you know, especially in the studio as well, when you had the band. Like, for example, the Rambo, the Barbie song, it was so quiet and delicate. Some songs are quite hard to adjust to, so I really had to go count or follow your lead. And obviously it's quite tiring as well, especially like Blackpool, for example. It was literally chaos, and I just felt so overwhelmed. At the end of the day, I literally slept for 24 hours on Sunday. I was just exhausted from reading and, you know, all sorts. But you know, like I said, I've grown up with it. I know how to deal with it. So if anything, I see it as, you know, my gift, I always say. So I use it as my superpower.
Just in terms for context, is it the quieter sounds that you struggle with, or if it's the wall of noise? What's the hardest?
The quieter sounds. Yeah, so for example, the Barbie song with Billie Eilish, and the start of it was literally piano and just her voice, and that was it. I rely on, like, bass, drums, loud beats. That's what I really rely on. So when it came to it, I was like, oh, it was quite tricky, but eventually we got there in the end, so...
But I think that's what people admire so much about you as well. When you watch you accomplish so much, you can't help but be filled with admiration for what you're doing.
Thank you.
It's so... Did they bling up your implant?
Yeah, so every week I give them my skins, like cochlear implant skins.
Yeah.
And they literally had the best amazing diamantes, and they always glam it up for me. And I think it's so lovely because I've got so many people messaging saying, because of you, I've also decorated my cochlear implant, my hair and nails. So such a positive impact, especially with Chris as well. It's amazing to be a part of such amazing cast this year. I think it's just so diverse, inclusive. It's amazing. It's beautiful.
Be careful what you wish for. You're going to really miss that when you go, aren't you? Like,
I know.
You might have to take it with you.
Yeah, I might just give them loads. I'll take them all home.
Yeah. It's like a signature. And within your community as well, you must have received so many positive letters and emails and texts.
Yes, I've had so much. You know, Blackpool had cards, like beautiful messages in the cards, and saying, no, thank you, because I've seen you on Strictly. It's given me confidence to wear my hair up. Little things like that. It's just makes it all worth it, you know. It makes me feel like I'm doing my purpose, and that's what I'm really passionate about. So if I can put a smile on somebody else's face for a day, then I feel like I've done my job. So.
You hear it so many times, don't you? It's like it's about the little girl or boy at home just going, well, I need to see what I am on television. So the fact that you're doing it, that people, you know, little kids at home are going, well, that's, you just normalise everything, and that's so important.
Yeah. What about the Sambathon this weekend? Because
Sounds horrific.
It's one thing...
Yeah, it does.
Well, yeah, because there's one thing to practice yourselves as a couple, and there's two of you, and you've got each other, and you look at, and you know that.
Yeah.
But to suddenly throw everybody on the floor...
I'm intrigued.
Doing the samba, because you've got to be so
Is that what it is? Just like
aware.
is that all in wrestling or something?
A bit like that, but not like that at all, really. It's a samba. It's a Latin dance that moves a lot around the floor. So I think for that reason it's gonna be difficult because
it's gonna be messy.
It's all about the floor craft, and normally that's what we would do when I was growing up in the ballroom and Latin competitions. You're never on your own on the floor. And it's going to be interesting because in ballroom dances, we are very close, so it's easily being led around the floor or following around the floor. But in Latin, when you're not sort of, you know, having that much connection, I think it's going to be... It's going to
be like bumper cars.
Yeah.
It'll be like a pinball machine in rehearsal.
Closest thing I can compare it to is a conga. Is it like a conga?
No, because you hold on more. It's more like bumper cars, I'd say, right?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. I'm sure by
sounds
Saturday,
awful, man.
By Saturday, it'll be great.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you. He's taking the lead, so we'll have to follow him wherever we go.
Oh, wow, pressure.
We wish you all the best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Keep going.
Thank you.
You'll be great.
Thank you.
Thanks
Give
for
him
coming
a
on the
10,
show.
Craig.
Yeah, for goodness sake, otherwise we'll come and kick you in the shins.
What's the point?
We didn't say that.
No, we
didn't say
did.
that.
They didn't say that.
We did.
We
This
did.
motley crew here. And Strictly Come Dancing continues on BBC One and iPlayer on Saturday at 7:05.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning. She is a...
She even just brings dry ice.
She doesn't look like that anymore, though.
Oh, I don't know, but she can still sing like that, though, for sure.
Well, we all age, don't we, my darling?
Absolutely.
We're lucky enough to.
Elkie Brooks has taken time out of a long farewell tour, isn't it, to join us now. So good to have you.
Hello.
Thanks,
Pleasure
Elkie.
being here with such nice people.
You were just... The whole place kind of stops when you sing, like in your sound. It was just a sound check.
Yeah.
And everyone just was like, I mean, the voice is just incredible. Have you always had that break in you, like in that voice, like that great blues tone?
Yeah, even when I was a little girl, you know, all the family used to come round and used to say, oh, you've got to hear her. She's got such a husky voice.
Yeah. So nice.
But what do you think when you look back at all those kind of like eras and those different outfits? I love your outfits. Like some of the outfits are just the coolest.
Yeah.
What goes through your mind?
What goes through my mind? Well, my hair's still reasonable, but it's a shame about the face, you know. I've got a line for every year of my life on my face, but there's not much you can do about it. I mean, if you put loads of makeup on, it
goes in all the creases.
really does. So I go, oh, never mind. I just try and sort of like use lots of nice creams and stuff and keep myself together, you know, and eat well and exercise. So that's what I do.
This is one of the things, because you do martial arts, is that right?
Yes.
What's it called? Aikido?
Yes, I've done Aikido for many, many years, and I took my black belt first dan when I was 50, which is nearly 30 years ago.
Did you really?
Yeah.
And you have like a sword and a block and...
Well, yes, you have a wooden sword, a bokken, that you practice with, and a jo, which is a bit like a broomstick.
Yeah.
But it is marvellous. It's been really good because I broke my wrist many years ago.
Right.
And it's been really good for exercising the old wrist and getting it all back again, you know?
Yeah.
So that's active body. Active mind?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
And active mind was through... I know you love Wordle, don't you? But...
Oh, don't go there. Yeah, I'm a Wordle addict. And Quordle.
Yeah.
So's my youngest son, Joey, yeah.
And lingo too?
I quite like that, but I think that if I was to go on that programme, I think I'd go, oh, no, I don't know that. I'm all right on 5 letters, but 6 letter words I'm not too clever on.
Not as good. What about the tour? Because my mum and dad actually went to see you a couple of years ago. And when I was talking to my mum about who was on the show today, she said, she's amazing. She said, the voice is just incredible. Will there ever come a point where you won't go on tour anymore?
Well, I mean, at the moment, I practice practically every day. I sit at the piano, and I've got a lovely little baby grand piano that my family bought me for my 70th, and I sit and play that when we're not on the road. But if there does come a time, Kat, if there does come a time, I will say no. I'll hang up the microphone. But at the moment, you know, everything's working okay. I practice a lot, like I said. It's like anything. If you don't use it, you lose it.
It's a muscle, isn't it?
Just keep that longevity.
And that's why, you know, I have to train more or less every day and exercise.
Also keeping in the habit of playing live, working the audience and so forth.
Well, I enjoy it.
Yeah.
I really do, Dermot, honestly.
Take us way back to, like, when you were 13. You started when you were 13, but you played with some amazing, like, names, like, you know, Small Faces, the Beatles. But you almost jacked it in, did you? And it was Humphrey Lyttelton, was it?
Well, yes, I did. I was doing a lot of cabaret clubs up north, and I was singing a lot of songs I didn't want to, and the musicians couldn't play my music very well, so I thought, what the heck am I doing? I'm going to do something else. But then I met Humphrey Lyttelton. I had a flat at the time in Chelsea, and Humph was playing at a pub with the band just up the road, and I went and just had a little jam session with him. And he said, yeah, come on, you've got to come on the road with us. And I said, really? He said, yeah. I said, well, I was thinking of actually jacking it all in. You know, I was so fed up with the business. And if it hadn't have been really for Humph, I think I probably would.
He was incredible,
because I wasn't enjoying myself musically.
I met him very briefly. We sort of crossed over a little bit at Radio 2, and he was the loveliest, kindest, most talented man.
Oh, yes. He taught me so much, you know, because when things go wrong, and they could do this morning, you know, with quite honestly, songs that I've been singing for like 40-odd years, they're usually the ones I forget the words of. But Humph always told me, just let the audience know what's going on and you'll be fine. Don't worry.
People quite like it when things go wrong.
Be honest, totally.
Talking of things when things went wrong, didn't you once, you were supporting the Beatles and they got a skipping rope or something. What happened?
Oh, I just fell over it, you know. I mean, now I could probably do a nice breakfall and, you know, look quite good. But then, of course, I didn't know anything about martial arts.
Oh, that's the type of thing I do. I'm clumsy
in front of
in front of the Beatles. I would.
Yes.
Elkie, thank you so much for coming in.
Oh, you're welcome.
You're going to go treat us to a very special performance now.
I am.
Lovely.
OK, so we're going to head you off
ready.
that way.
Yes,
if you follow Vix... If you follow Vix over to there,
yes. I better take my water.
Do it.
Yeah, do it.
Call for anything else you need as well.
All right, babe.
Nice to see you.
She's tumbling over there.
She's just so cool.
Quick reminder, continue her remarkable 64 years of performing live. You can see Elkie Brooks on a long farewell tour up until November next year. Tickets available.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
The both starred in two of the biggest shows on Netflix, Lily Collins and, of course, Emily in Paris, while Alvaro Morte played the professor in the crime drama The Money Heist, the Casa de Papel.
Casa de Papel, yeah.
Oh,
very good.
Love the way you say that. But now,
I prefer the way he says it.
It's really good. But now you can see Lily and Alvaro on stage together making their West End debut in Barcelona, and they're here now to talk to us about it. Good morning, guys.
Morning.
So you've started already. Give us a bit of a rundown. Don't give all the games away, though, because there's lots of, like, little story twists, isn't there?
Yeah. A young woman goes to Barcelona on a bachelorette weekend and meets a Spanish man at a bar, and they go home together.
Yeah, it's kind of the while that they spend together in his apartment, and how do they get to discover things from each other and also about their own selves.
Yeah.
Backstory, yeah.
It takes you on a wild ride, things you're not expecting, and even things that we're still not expecting that we're finding every night on stage.
Yeah. Because I guess it depends how the audience reacts as well. As you drop the kind of the storyline bombs, I guess it kind of depends how they react too.
Oh,
I
yeah.
say that the audience is also part of the play in terms of it gives you the rhythm, it gives you the pace. You know, it's like a third party when we're playing.
Completely.
And it's very nice to feel very connected. And actually in the Duke of York's, which is the theatre where we're doing this, you know, there's a quote in one of the toilets, actually, which is saying that...
They have great quotes in the toilet.
Yeah, that epic and intimate are equally at home in the Duke of York, which is very nice, because I completely feel that, you know, that intimate thing with the audience. We are very connected. It's very nice, that feeling.
Yeah. You have a relationship with that theatre, don't you? You love that theatre. What is it you saw Ian McKellen?
Yeah, well, I've told this story before, but... yeah, I was with my wife watching, you know, Ian McKellen's King Lear.
Yeah.
And being in that theatre, I said to my wife, would you imagine sometimes, you know, maybe eventually in the future do some theatre here in London, like some kind of, you know, dream. And actually it's the theatre where we are doing this now, which is some kind of magic, actually.
Wow,
We've had Ian McKellen on the show here, and he just doesn't disappoint. He's so brilliant. And when he came on, he was actually really passionate about talking about making theatre accessible to everybody, and having tickets that were at cheaper prices, same as Brian Cox came as well, and he was talking about it too. And you're doing the same.
We are. Every Monday there's a lottery and you can sign up, and it's £25 for a ticket, and they're incredible seats that open up. And it really is what theatre should be. It should be accessible to all, and we've had an amazing audience every night and every matinee, and it's filled with people from all ages and from everywhere. And I just think that art should be universally able to be enjoyed and viewed, and it only helps us as well. Like we said, the audience is the key to how each performance goes.
You've got your own theatre company in Spain.
Yeah. 300 pistolas, like 300 pistols. Yeah, we created like years ago, and we stopped it because of the lockdown. Yeah. And now we are thinking about a new production to develop it as soon as I get back to Spain after this.
So what's it like getting back into theatre for the pair of you? Because this is your West End debut, right?
This is, I mean, I did theatre as a child, so I am coming back to theatre strong. But it's my first real experience, and I started out very nervous and scared, but like, you know, I was told that's a good thing.
It's the ultimate.
It's the ultimate. Because you're joining this institution that I grew up just admiring and wanting to be a part of, and now we just go to the office, and the office is like the stage, you know, and it's just the craziest thing to be a part of. And when you're out there, you're going, wow, there's 640 people here. Like, thank you so much for coming. And it's just amazing. I think I've definitely forever changed from it, and like working together and just living and breathing in the moment. And if something goes differently than expected, like, how do we pick up each other?
No great
and
advice.
it's amazing.
And I have to say that Lily is saying like this normal, you know, like this is the first time that I'm doing something that you would never tell is Lily Collins' first time, because she's amazing what she does on the stage. Really, just wanted to point that.
But what? So Dermot just did White Rabbit.
You did White Rabbit.
Like, can you imagine how terrifying that is?
I'm dying to like. Oh my God, that's good for you.
Basically, it's a script. You walk out on stage and you've never seen it before, and you open it. And there's no director, no rehearsals. But thank you for mentioning that.
That is
Any tips for you guys?
so brave. Oh my God.
Don't you think that's brave?
Yeah.
Absolutely, come on.
What are your tips for warming up? Because is it kind of...
We always dance, actually.
Yeah.
That was something from day one that our director, Lynette, she was like, guys, we just have to like shake off anything prior to coming in here, dance. So we always have like dance.
It's a way to connect, to have fun, you know. It's very nice.
Everyone on the crew ends up joining.
Well, we sat in our meeting earlier on and I said, Lily's a big Spice Girls fan. And I had to go, full disclosure. I'm aware of this because when the Spice Girls came back and did Wembley, I was sat behind her. So me and with her friend Josh, and me and my wife were sat there, and we know your friend Josh. We hadn't met before, and we ended up watching you two watching the Spice Girls. It was like a Gogglebox version of the Spice Girls.
And I'm literally seeing Josh after this interview.
You were just like every song.
Brilliant.
We knew all the words.
Every single word.
I know.
So
I'm
impressive.
shameless. I know.
It's brilliant. We've got to talk a little bit about Emily in Paris too. Are there any plans to come to London? Because you obviously...
I feel like I'm the one that has become the voice of pitching this because I would love Emily to come to London. I'm like, just take the Eurostar. There's so many amazing monuments and things that she should do here.
Fish and chips.
I mean,
and the
Big Ben, like, you know, Buckingham Palace. Imagine her. I think there's so many opportunities. But as of now, we are, you know, Italy, France.
How was Italy in comparison to France?
Oh, my God. I mean, I had never spent that much time in Rome before. And everyone in Italy was just so kind and welcoming. And it's just so beautiful. The streets are I mean, you touch it and you go like, this is how old, you know. I mean, it was amazing.
And for both of you, to do those shows that have started, not necessarily as like slow burners or sleepers, but to just explode with a platform like Netflix, like you with Emily in Paris, you with The Money Heist. What's it like when suddenly a show kicks into that like next gear and before you know it, you're getting recognised in Brazil or what, you know what I mean?
We were rehearsing for this play. I love this. We were rehearsing for this play for a few weeks at the Bush Theatre, and when we would go for lunch or coffee, I was taking pictures of people with Alvaro because he was getting clocked like upwards of 15 times per day, and I was like, oh, I'll take that photo for you. Yeah. And it was amazing because it's like amazing to see the audience of that show. And when you explained to me how it all came to be, it's just kind of an amazing moment for the show.
It was very weird, actually, because you make a show which is supposed to be in a national TV in Spain. Yeah. We had kind of an average success in Spain, kind of something normal, and then Netflix took it and put it in the international portfolio, and suddenly it was a bomb. It was a huge success, you know, like this. And actually nobody prepares you to handle that thing. Yeah. You know, it's something like suddenly, you know, the followers, they were growing like 200, 300,000 per week. It was like, what? It's like, I don't even want this. I mean, it's just something that, you know.
Easy now.
Yeah, it's very weird. But I have to say that we receive, when I say we, all people related to Casa de Papel, to Money Heist, we receive a huge love from all around the world, which is so nice, actually.
It's a great show.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Barcelona,
it's in the Duke of York Theatre till the 11th of Jan. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.
Series encouraging viewers to learn through laughter.
This Sunday ITV quiz show, Sorry I Didn't Know, is back to tackle more important topics on Black history while providing plenty of fun along the way.
Yeah, so ahead of its return, joined by presenter Jimmy Akingbola and team captains Chizzy Akadulu and Eddie Caddy. Thanks for joining us, guys.
Oh, thanks for having us.
Pleasure.
Oh, you're welcome. It's so lovely to see you. Can you believe we're going into the 5th series? This is unbelievable. And I can't believe that you struggled, Jimmy, to get this show even off the ground.
Yeah, 2016, Fraser Ayres and Minnie Ayres created the show, and it was all like, you know, it was our first thing that we created from our production company, but the through line was about inclusivity and about it's not just about Black history, it's about all our history. And we were told it was niche, and the pilot was the most watched, and it didn't happen. And then, you know, the pandemic...
And you went to loads of people.
Loads
not
of
just
people.
one.
Yeah, they just couldn't see it. They just thought like there wasn't an audience for it. And here we are now on our 5th season. And outside of Black History Month, because it's just a normal show, just like Have I Got News for You or Who I. We just wanted a show that was diverse and very funny and educational.
So funny.
Which it kind of has to be outside Black History Month, right?
Yeah.
Like, because if it's in Black History Month, it's like you're just obviously shining a spotlight, but it has to exist outside that.
Definitely. Well, we always said that it's a commercial show for everybody, you know? It's not like something in the corner and it can...
You're not doing it for charity.
Yeah, exactly. And it can sit alongside the other shows, like, you know, that have already been on. And I think that's happening now and we're proud of it, aren't we?
Yeah. And we are Black, obviously, every day of the week. So, you know, we don't just need... Yeah, well, most of the time. So, you know, we can put this show on outside of Black History Month because it's still relevant.
Yeah.
What's so lovely is you've got this ongoing joke that you want to take over and be the main presenter, don't you, Chissy? But you actually get the opportunity this series. How did it go? Did you like anchoring?
Apparently, I was the best that they've ever had. Yeah, pretty much.
Where did you hear that from?
From everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That family group chat.
Kevin Ligo actually sent me a message.
Did he?
Chizzy, we need to talk.
Because you smashed it.
Yeah.
But when you're team captain, you can chill and have some fun and stuff.
What
when you're
you-
hosting a show, you've always got to keep the puppies in the basket.
You say fun as a team captain, but when you've got a competitive person like Chiz...
Oh, she's not...
Oh,
She's competitive.
oh, yeah, before the
So
show...
who's
she
the
comes
most
in-
competitive?
Absolutely, Chiz. She comes into my change room as I'm changing.
Is that the reason
And be like,
Judy
"Wrong
Love
outfit,
left? Judy Love was like, I ain't dealing with this rubbish. I'm getting out of here.
If Judy went through what I went through, she comes into my change room as I'm getting changed. Wrong outfit, you're going to lose it.
That's cancelable.
Eddie, how lovely was it to get that call from Jimmy and him telling you that you're going to be a team captain?
You know what? I'd been a guest before and I loved the show. And I was actually in Congo. So I went back home and I was in like the eastern part of Congo in these villages and we was installing broadband internet. So those villages have never had internet before, right? So I was testing it out by going on Instagram Live and then a phone call comes in from Jimmy. I said, well, why is Jimmy calling? It's a FaceTime and Jimmy's like, Ed, listen, I said, Jimmy, you've made history. You're like the first person in this village to be seen via mobile phone. And he goes, actually, you know what? We'd love to have you back on the show. So I'd love to come back as team captain. I thought, what? And literally, I cut my trip short. You know? And I was just like,
Those poor people are still waiting for that internet. They're like this. But you said he was coming back.
You can't even watch the show.
The main thing is, I was like, you know, Jimmy Akimbola has given back to Congo. That's the most important.
And he's like, guys, love you, but I gotta go.
Yeah.
The flight's leaving now.
How would they say our names in the Congo? How would they say Dermot O'Leary?
Demot.
Always stick an N in there.
Yeah. And the A will just be standing like Demot O'Leary.
I love it.
Alison Hammond.
Hammond is beautiful.
Hammond.
Because of that French kind of...
Exactly, the French will be Hammond. I think you look more like a Hammond.
I wouldn't go if I was you, because there's no internet.
It's nice to have a break. It's nice to have a bit of a break, though, do you know what I mean? When you watch the show, what I love about it is it doesn't matter if you don't know the answers, does it, Jimmy?
No.
It's a safe place to run joke and literally learn. It's like you're laughing and learning.
Yeah, we call it edutainment. Do you know what I mean? It's like educational and entertaining. And I think you learn a lot from laughter. And we like the guests that don't know the answers, do you know what I mean? Because, you know, we have more fun that way and you're always going to get that answer from me. You know, for me, I think my role... I'm like the head teacher trying to keep them in line. They call me the Black Stephen Fry. You know?
It's set up for Jimmy to, like, wait for about 5 working days before he gives us the answer. And that's when you realise a lot of us might have bunked off school a little bit. But that also, the point of it is that in school we didn't really get that type of information when it comes to Black history.
It's so true.
I keep saying, though, it's not just Black history, as we mentioned earlier. It's actually part of British history.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
It's
that
broad to that.
It's broad than that. And we all deserve to just understand a little bit more about each other and our cultures, and that's what it comes down to. But the most important part is just embarrassing ourselves, because none of us know the answer.
So much fun.
You know? So that's what
Alison was
so
saying
fun.
in breakup today, she says, what's funny is the white people go on there and they're like, I don't want to get cancelled here, I've got to learn everything. So they get everything right, because they're like, there's no way I want to go on there and get anything wrong.
Black people don't even know anything, and the white person gets it right.
I mean, the show is called Sorry I Didn't Know.
Yeah.
We don't know either.
Yeah,
we know
it's
what
true.
Malcolm X and Martin Luther King. We don't know about all the other stuff.
But you know, I wrote a children's book on Black history, and literally, adults buy this book. It's a children's book,
brilliant.
but adults love it as well. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And it's so important to go outside of, like, you know, the normal people that get rolled out for Black History Month.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And it's about our inventors, our kings and queens, and it's not just about the past as well. There's so much history happening in the present right now.
Yeah.
And so we're really proud of that. And for us, it's all about have fun and learn some stuff. And when you've got people online, like families, like shouting at the TV, getting the answers right and wrong, it reminds me of back in the day, I'm showing my age, but like, you know, Jeopardy or Catchphrase or Blockbusters, where, you know, as a family, you would shout out at the TV with the answers.
And it's an important point before we leave it, though. It's just history. Right?
It is.
It's just British history, and history evolves.
Exactly.
You learn different things about it.
I always say we live in the great melting pot of the world, and like we miss out on so much, and we starve each other of information that could just make us unite a little bit. And that's what it's all about.
And to anyone who says that, you know, it's not for them, it's just about black people, no, y'all were there as well. Do you know what I mean? You're all part of our...
Well, you say that, but, you know, it's, what, 5 series and...
yes. Can we all
He'd
do
be
wait
so competitive
waiting
if
on
I
the
got on
call?
the show with him. Can you imagine he'd be like, yes, the answer is...
We have to be on the same team.
You'd be all over.
All right. We're going to get you on for
Thank
season
you so much,
6.
Sorry I didn't know returns this Sunday, 11 p.m. on ITV. Well, thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.
And so Lenny Henry joins us now to tell us more and to hopefully share some of his favourite comedy moments from across the decades. Great idea for a show.
Yeah, it's great. It's work for us, but actually, when you watch it, it becomes entertainment just by dint of having Paul Whitehouse sitting next to you, pretending to be a Geordie, speaking with a Jamaican accent. It's Bierkan, apparently. Yeah. And it was just fantastic. And some of these people are my friends, and people are new friends now because we have this ability to chat for a whole day. And I love the experience, talking about work, talking about the craft behind the work, and then basically watching lots of clips and wetting our pants. So it was a
So with
really
your
good
old
experience.
friends, like Paul, like, what did you find out new? Like, did anything surprise you about Paul?
Paul's
Because
very-
I very much doubt you probably get the opportunity to sit down and properly chat that often.
Well, often comedians wear a mask on stage, don't they? You certainly have a professional mask. Well, we all do, but you wear a professional mask of, I'm on stage now doing my thing, and then you're who you are behind the scenes, doing the big shop, forgetting where your socks are, things like that. But generally, Paul is a brilliant and sensitive and thoughtful person who really constructs and works on his craft.
Yeah.
He's a brilliant impressionist. To sit and watch him do a Geordie, play a kind of surgeon, play, you know... Watching him in Ted and Ralph is a masterclass in acting.
Oh, it's lovely. Yeah. Such a good actor, isn't he?
He's a very good actor. And Lex is just this garrulous, extraordinary, big person who machine gunned me with jokes the first time I ever saw him. I literally sat there and went, I hope when he's finished he doesn't come this way. I hope he goes off that way, because he's a bit scary. And Sally, very thoughtful, and Ramesh, just full of self-doubt, but secretly very, very clever and very smart.
Oh, so good.
I think that, on watching it, I think that's one of the most interesting things, is where you even take other shows that neither of you have been in, like, I don't know, something like Only Fools and Horses or whatever it is, and you sit and you watch it, and you kind of take it apart and you go, this is why this works, because of this silence, or because the one that you mentioned, Ted and
Ralph.
Yes, where it's like, it's almost a little bit heartbreaking.
Love story.
But that's why the best comedy does do that. The best comedy gets you by the heart, and it makes you laugh, but also it can do this too.
Yeah.
So, you know, last episodes of things are really interesting, aren't they? Last episode of Friends, last episode of Fools and Horses. They make you kind of almost want to cry, really.
Yeah.
But that's the best comedy. The best comedy is the most moving comedy, the comedy that gets you here.
Yeah.
And we all seem to agree on that.
Yeah.
No matter how stupid it is.
Our stand-up seems to be, like, traditionally, great stand-ups were great entertainers. So our generation would grow up watching Larry Grayson, Bob Monkhouse, those kind of guys. But then when I remember watching sort of VHSs for the first time, I remember watching Steve Martin, Eddie Murphy and so. And for you, it's Richard Pryor, wasn't it?
Richard Pryor, although when I was doing the research with Chelsea, hi Chelsea, she listened back to the tape and she thought for quite a long time that I'd said Richard Bryars.
He's a wonderful comic actor.
Richard Bryars, a badass comedian, grew up in a brothel. His mother was a madame, his dad was a pimp, and Richard Bryars, extraordinary comedian.
You saw that in Ever Decreasing
He basically
Circles,
opened the
obviously.
vein and let it all out onto the page. And I bet she was thinking, I didn't realise.
Right.
So funny. But you kind of started in stand-up and stuff like that.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
started off as an impressionist.
Yes.
I was a mimic because every kid at school could do "Thank you very much." I had a bit of trouble. Everybody at my school could do Tommy Cooper and Michael Crawford and people like that. But I was the one who said, I want to do that in front of a bigger group of people.
Yeah.
So I was the one who got up at an assembly and went, one through a party in the county jail, and all of that, because I wanted to do it in a bigger way.
Yes.
My mates were Greg Mack and Tom. Greg passed away a few weeks ago, but they all said, this goes beyond this. You can do more than this. And I think we all have that person who goes, you know what, you're really good at this. You should try. Whether it's a teacher, whether it's your best mate. Yeah. And we were always in a car going, laughing at things and making jokes and listening to tapes of Tommy Cooper and Steve Martin and Tom O'Connor. Do you remember Tom O'Connor?
Yeah.
And just going, that's funny. I'm not sure that's as funny as that. Jasper Carrot in Knots.
Yes.
We listened to.
Yeah.
The Goon Show.
Yeah.
We listened to that on cassettes.
So where did that first... Was the first break Tiswas for you? Like, where did that first break come from?
No, I was on a talent show for the millennials, and it was called New Faces. And you didn't get a new face, but you did get to go on at the London Palladium. And this is me being frank, making a joke about being black.
Look how young you are!
Look at that bow tie. You could land Concorde on that bow tie. And that's me doing Cliff for some reason. I don't know why. But it was basically my life. My whole life was watching lots of tapes of people, listening to them for hours and hours, because Mikey Arwood had said it on the radio. I listened to tapes of people for hours and hours, and trying to be Dennis Healy, what a silly billy I am, or whatever, and just doing all these impressions all day, every day. And what was great for a long time was I was the only black kid doing that.
Yeah.
So I was a 16-year-old black kid on the television, and people just hadn't seen it. You might have seen Sammy Davis Jr. doing impressions, but you didn't see somebody from Dudley doing it. And it was a unique thing, and it basically shaped my career for years and years and years. So talking to my peers about this was fantastic, because you learn about Lexi, not coming from that. Lexi came from a very written place and then decided to be an improviser. Sally Phillips is an actor who went and studied clowning. Ramesh was a teacher. You know, Paul was a builder and a decorator. So everybody comes from somewhere, and it's just making your mates laugh in that space and going onwards from that.
Yeah.
So it's wonderful, and this show, I hope, will be entertaining, but also help people to think about the craft behind it.
Yeah, and also when you watch it, you kind of go back in time as well, and
Like
how different things were then, and what was acceptable and what's not acceptable now.
But you've got to remember, Cat Deely, that back in the day, there was only 3 channels.
That's correct.
So you were watching people, and they could do sexist jokes, homophobic jokes, they could do anything they wanted and get away with it because there was only 3 channels. But now, the kids are going, well, I don't want to watch that.
Yeah.
And they go anywhere because we've got the streamers, we've got cable, we've got everything, and they've got YouTube. They can watch anything they want when they want to watch it. They don't want to be told what to do anymore by somebody saying, you'll watch this comedy now.
Yeah.
But
some comedy still breaks through, but a lot of the offensive comedy that people used to do and get away with, that's not the thing
But
anymore.
also, I think, much like language, it evolves. So in 20 years, what you're watching will be very different to what you're watching now.
Oh, they'll just be beaming things into our brain now. we'll be wearing YouTube glasses or something and go click, and we'll be watching Basil Fawlty.
But I mean,
hit
the
a car.
content. It's what's acceptable now might not be acceptable in 20 years' time. Like, everything evolves.
But it might come back. You never know.
Yeah.
I mean, if you contextualise something and go, oh, this is a character who is a sexist, and therefore we'll be laughing at him from a position of superiority.
Yeah.
You can get away with that,
Yes.
kinda. But generally, I think you're right. I think people will laugh at different things and choose their moment to laugh at it when they want to laugh at it. Yeah. And that's good, right? That's good. I'm glad times have changed.
Yeah.
Is there anything you would change?
Yeah, I mean, I started off as a 16-year-old copying people that I'd seen on the television. So I told racist jokes about myself. And when I watch it now, I go, I wish I hadn't done that. But actually, if wishes were horses, beggars would ride. So now you just got to learn from the mistakes you made and move on into the future and try and get better role models.
Yeah. And you're doing that in loads of different ways. I mean, the theatre, you're writing.
I'm in a play next year, darling. I'm doing a one-man show. I've written a children's book. And Dermot, you write children's books, right? My new one's called Tyrone's Cool Crown, and it's about a kid who's 8 years old, who looks like me when I was 8, with a massive afro. Yeah. So big, you can't get on the bus. That's how big his afro is. And it's about not being scared to go to the barbers, because the barbers is a serious place, and he might cut your ears off if he is distracted at any moment. So Tyrone's Cool Crown is about that. And hopefully little kids will read it and go, oh, I'm going to go to the barbers. It looks like fun. Yeah. So that's what it's about. Well, the world doesn't stop. It keeps going, and you've got to keep going with it, right?
Absolutely. And doing things you love as well.
Do things you love.
Which you can tell that this show is you.
It's very
doing
enjoyable.
Things you love. It's Legends of Comedy with Lenny Henry, and it airs on Saturday, 8:15
on Channel 4.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning. Again, much tougher than our first guest.
He's been a paratrooper, an SAS sergeant major, a bodyguard to some of Hollywood royalty, and the chief instructor on Channel 4's SAS Who Dares Wins.
So, safe to say he has a story or two, and now he's sharing, not all of them, I imagine, but some of them on the road with this tour, always a little bit further. DS, Billy Billingham, welcome back to the show. Good to have you, Billy.
It's an absolute pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thanks
for the invite.
Tell us about this, always a little bit further tour. So, how are you finding it this time around? Are you enjoying being out on the road?
Loving it, absolutely loving it, yeah. I mean, seeing new towns, new cities, getting to see our own country, which, you know, you generally don't get the time to do so, and meeting brilliant people. The demographic is unbelievable, from 11-year-old to 80-year-old couples that turn up, and I'm just, yeah, I love it, real nice people.
Do you enjoy being on stage, though, or is that tougher than some of the things that I've just listed there?
You know, I never intended to do any of this.
Yeah.
It came about to help out with a charity gig, and I didn't know how I was going to sort of be, whether I'd be nervous or what was... I didn't even know what I was going to talk about at the time.
Yeah.
And then, no, I've just gravitated straight towards it, and I love it. I don't get nervous. I enjoy being up there, and I just, you know, get in the moment and just love it. It's brilliant.
And the SAS is notoriously secretive, right? There's this kind of unwritten pact, I suppose, you know, when I did that show back in the day on the BBC, and I met all the old kind of, all the old, you know, tough boys, and they'll sit around you and have a few drinks and they'll exchange some stories. But there's always a kind of a reserve, I suppose. And with the show as well, I guess you have to tread that quite carefully, don't you? What you can and can't say, or what you want to say.
Yeah, you've got to be very careful of, you know, talking about operational stuff or training stuff, because there's stuff still going on today that I was involved in years and years ago. So you have to tread very careful. But the tour itself doesn't... I don't go into any of the military sort of stories as such. It's my life and what that was like and what that journey was like going into the...
What a life it is.
I mean, the journey itself, from being like 15 years old in Warsaw, stabbed, because you were rolling with the wrong people at the time.
Yeah, but, you know, I'm accountable. I was the wrong person as well. So you can't blame other people. That's the thing missing to me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was getting into trouble. I got stabbed.
Yeah. And then you found the cadets. Is that right? And a teacher you loved, essentially.
Yeah, influential person, as I call it. It was just... I think that was even younger than that. I was about 11 years old. I found the cadets, and there was a light bulb moment for me. I realised I was never going to be academic. This is what I like. I love the discipline, the camaraderie. I loved what I was being taught. And I just thought, this has got to be me. Wherever my journey goes now, when I grow up, that's where I want to be. The military
so important,
and it was my saviour.
Like you said, like whether it's a parent, whether it's a teacher, whether it's an influential, it's just so important to have that one person. Like, I remember that Ian Wright, I don't know if you've seen that lovely clip with Ian Wright where he's looking out over Highbury, and then his old teacher, who he thinks is dead, turns up. It's a long time ago now. He thinks he's dead, and this guy turns up, and Ian just breaks down. He's the only man, really, that's ever believed in him. It's just such a beautiful moment.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, that's what this talk's all about. It's influential people on that journey. As a kid, you know, we all go a little bit rogue, but I went really rogue. But every now and again, somebody put me back on track. I had a boxing instructor for no other reason of putting time into me, because I stole his hat. He had no reason, but for some reason he did. Took the time of day to teach me respect and discipline. Then I found the cadets, and luckily, going a little bit left and right of that sort of straight journey, I ended up in the military, which was really my saviour. And it's funny you should say that, like Ian Wright's story, because I did a tour, this very tour last year. My instructor, my very first instructor from Tupar, a Scout guy, absolutely phenomenal guy. The day I met him when I joined the army, I looked at him and I just thought, wow, I've got so much respect for that man. He's not even opened his mouth yet. And he turned up at my talk.
No!
It just made my year. Just to see him there. And he's an old man now, but you just think, you know what? He gave me the tools to become who I am today. So
and
great.
how about those moments then? So you find what you love to do, and you're great at it as well. And it's kind of anything. You seem to be able to turn your hands pretty much, like whether it's going up mountains, whatever it is, you can turn your hands to it. And then you come out of that, and all of a sudden you have to go back into real life. And that's quite hard as well.
It was horrendous. Leaving the military after 27 years, you don't realise how institutionalised you are. And I didn't. You know, it was a tough time for me. I was going through a divorce at the time. The whole world was upside down. Now I've got to leave what I know and all I know and find a job. And then the job they gave me was the highest profile you can imagine. So I've gone from being under the radar, no one knows who I am, to stepping out, and I have to work. But I'm now, instead of guns pointing at me, I've got cameras, and it was horrendous.
What? It's so funny you
I'd rather
say
have
that.
a gun pointing at me than a camera. I know, that's crazy.
And is it easier if you're in the SAS to get to a Just a Civvy Street because you're able to get those better gigs? And is the support there for ex-servicemen now? Has it got better, do you think?
I'd like to think it is. I don't really know, because I have a lot of people reach out to me. I don't think the support is still there that it should be at the level.
It's so hard to leave.
Yeah, it was... I mean, just registering at the dentist, I was like... I didn't... You know, you get used to... I know where the dentist is, I know how to get my food, I know where to get my equipment. And then you leave, and this whole new world... The regiment didn't really set me up for that at all, because you're working at such a level.
Yeah.
You know, you just... A lot of things get put in place for you that you don't realise. And it's all those small admin things that catch you out.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I moved into a flat on my own, and I'm now working, I'm on TV, I'm trying to hide from the cameras, trying to work out what I'm doing. It was awkward.
Yeah.
And then I've got a big bang on the door, and I open the door, and there's two meatheads stood there telling me they're going to come and take my TV and my settee. I went, what are you talking about?
Did you commando that?
That's because you come over that threshold and it's game on.
Oh, man.
I'm going to do what I'm going to have to do.
Imagine being a bailiff rocking up to your house.
But, I mean, that is... But just occasionally things go a little bit wrong from being the tough guy as well. Because I do know that you were a bodyguard to Brad and Angelina, is that correct?
Yeah.
And we do have pictures of you in girly sunglasses. Why? What happened?
You do have the pictures.
No.
I'll tell you what happened. I mean, we were in New York and stayed at the Waldorf, and we just got smashed with the paparazzi. And it became a bit of a joke. And Brad used to say, hey, Mr. SAS guy, come on then, get me out of here without anybody seeing me. So we used to do all these little sort of, you know, distractions, and it was a bit of a giggle.
Yeah.
We always did it, got away with it, and got them out. But this particular day, all the paparazzi were down at the front, so I went out, they did a deception, made it they were getting into the vehicle, and then blocked the view, got them out quickly, and we went down the back stairs. The back stairs are like this.
Yeah.
And we're giggling to each other. So the paparazzi are chasing two empty cars. They don't know that. So we come down the back, and they're in front, we're laughing, and I think, I better get in front of them just in case there is someone at the front. And we're just going to jump in a yellow cab. And I run down, and as I get past Brad, I lose control, and I end up gambolling down, smash my face off the side of the rail. I wake up, open my eyes, and I've got Brad Pitt's holding my head.
Cradling you.
Yeah, I'm looking and going...
Oh, just tell me that again, Billy. Just let me imagine that. Brad
You want to fall down some stairs now, don't you?
What did he say to you?
I just looked at him and I went, I'm your bodyguard. He goes, yeah, you ain't doing a very good job, are you? And I happened to wear Angie's glasses, these big, because I had this cut, and we were still out in front of the paparazzi. So
good.
Listen,
hilarious.
if anybody could pull it off, it'd be you. Big pair of girly sunglasses.
Thanks, Billy.
No one's
Thank
gonna say
you.
anything.
Great to see you.
Absolutely
Tickets for
amazing.
Billy's tour, always a little further, are available now. Brilliant.
Thank you.
Come along to it. I'm in London on the
love
18th.
to.
On the 18th.
Can I bring my boys, or is it...
Yeah, no, how old are the boys?
They're 8. The big one's
Bring
8.
them.
Is that good?
I won't swear.
Oh, they're used to that. Don't worry about that.
Well, I won't promise.
Thank
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.
But now fiction has become reality for Gillian Anderson. After playing the part of a sex therapist on TV, she's now hoping to help women around the world take power in the bedroom with her new book. It's called Want. This is the book, and this is the book we all need. I needed it. You need it. Jill, thank you. Thank you, Gillian. Oh, tell us a little bit about it, because how did the idea come about? Because I remember, I don't know if you remember Secret Garden. Very similar book. I was a teenager when I read it, absolutely loved it.
Well, Nancy Friday, who wrote My Secret Garden, did a call out to women in her community to write in. This was presented to me by my literary agent, who said, what if we did a book for the ages to see whether anything has moved on in the internal minds of women from around the world, and actually spreads the ask out much further. And so we did that. We put calls out. We did articles and tweets and Instagram, and as much as we could do. Bloomsbury, who ended up publishing it, put the call out, and we ended up getting letters in, anonymous letters from women, like in Nancy Friday's book. There are anonymous letters from women of all ages, from many different nations and countries and cultures from around the world. And so it feels like a compilation of women, anthropologically, of women from all corners of the earth. And so we've got really touching, moving, raw. It's not it wasn't a literary exercise. You know, women are writing in, they may have never written anything before or even talked about their internal desires and imaginings, and, you know, were brave enough to send their letter into the portal to come to me so that we could publish it.
I mean, you say brave. The thing is, with something like this is all about women's fantasies. You say brave, but when you're anonymous, I think it gives you more room to, like, experiment, to really tell the truth and what you're really feeling. I feel like this book is an honest depiction of what women really want.
Well, it's interesting because you'd imagine that in this day and age, with everything that's on screen, with all the porn, with all the things like sex education and euphoria, that it's such a big part of our culture on the one hand, but it's kind of not on the other hand, just in terms of how we communicate with our partners or with our friends. And so what's interesting about the book is that even though it is anonymous, the women who wrote in speak about feeling freer in getting to write it down, that somehow they feel seen and heard in what their desires are. And also, women who are reading the book are saying that they feel, because they're reading other women's thoughts and experiences, that they feel that they are represented on the page. And it's not just about the bedroom. That's the point that's coming from this. It's women thinking about what it is that they actually want in their lives and how they are involved or complicit, and maybe not feeling courageous enough to ask for it. You know, and that can start in the bedroom, it can start in the office, it can start with your partner or who you're dating. But, you know, how am I contributing to me not getting what it is that I want from my life? And it's a big conversation. But I think from what I'm hearing, women are really appreciating a platform and a community to be having that conversation because they feel heard. And
so The Secret Garden, that was the kind of inspiration, was in 1973?
Correct, yeah.
OK, so from 1973 till now, have we moved on as women? Do we ask for what we want more? Have we got it right yet or not really?
I don't know if there's any right and wrong. I mean, what is surprising is that 2024, there is such a taboo around fantasy and around, you know, it's amazing in these letters to hear women still talk about getting their needs met in their own time, if they even do, because they don't want the awkwardness. They don't want their partner to feel that they are judging how it is. They don't want to waste their time. You know, all those, which is it's really interesting, isn't it? You know, I'm an actor. I'm not a specialist. I'm not a therapist. This is not my life. I find this a fascinating topic, and what I'm learning from the women who are talking to me is that there is a space for this and a need for this conversation to happen, because it's reverberating when people and women and men read this book. Men are buying this book for themselves, not just to have a deeper understanding of the internal workings of women and what they want and maybe how they can help them get what they want, but also you know, I've had men say to me that they bought it for their daughter to counterbalance the toxic masculinity that's out there, because there's so much of it, and we need as much as we can to help balance that. So, it's a much bigger conversation than I think we ever could have dreamed for.
Well, I want to sell this book for you, because we're talking aliens, Harry Potter. We're talking Harry Styles. We're talking, what else are we talking? Robots.
Bigfoot.
Yes, very good.
You name it, it's in this book.
Other things which I won't necessarily mention, but they are on another level. But there's so much tenderness, and there's, you know, it's, you know, young girls who have yet to have sex and what they're fantasizing about. Women in their 70s who have never been kissed. You know, women who have been married for 35 years and just are exhausted by the same old, or exhausted by the kids and exhausted and don't feel like they have time, but somehow in pausing and thinking about it and thinking that maybe, actually, what if I buy this and I read it with my partner? And what if we just start the conversation, open up the conversation about, are you getting what it is that you want? Is there anything
so
that can
happy
change?
you've created this space for this to happen. I feel like you could have another 5 of these books.
Oh, easily. And yours is in there as well, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Because you were asked to put one in there, but you actually didn't enjoy writing it.
I did not.
Why didn't you enjoy it? Because you were
like
anonymous.
It's not so much that, it's... You know, I find myself talking about this topic a lot because of sex education and my involvement with my socials has an element of this topic. And, but the act of actually writing particular words down, all of a sudden I froze. Really? And I'm not prude. I'm like, I literally can hear and see quite a lot without being affected. And I was really shocked that suddenly, by writing it down, it felt, I'm going to say dirtier than it was in my mind.
It's the connotations that come with the words.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
I think that's what it is.
But predominantly, I think, because of how they've been, you know, pre-opted for the porn industry.
Reframed.
And reframed.
So interesting.
Yeah.
Can we play a quick silly game in the meantime? If we're on a truth tip. I have never, or I have, or I have never. Okay, first one. Are you ready to go, ladies?
Make it good.
Fancied a co-star or colleague? I married him.
Oh, definitely.
Have you?
Yeah.
Who's yours?
Who have you fancied?
That's not part of the
we don't
game.
need to tell.
Who have you fancied?
Literally all the Hollywood stars I've interviewed.
Every single one?
Literally all of them.
Really?
And the women.
She's got a hit list of you fellas. Next one. Have you ever had a crush on a cartoon character?
I have. He-Man.
I have, but on David Bowie in Labyrinth, playing the Dark Lord. Weird.
Does Buster Keaton count? It's not really a cartoon
enough.
character, but it might as well be because it was black and white. And I
Yeah.
used to have a real crush on Buster Keaton.
Been
Not that I was
okay.
alive during the time, but in retrospect, just saying.
Amazing.
Okay.
one.
Never have I ever done a sexy photo shoot or taken a sexy selfie. I have. I was naked except for the Millennium Falcon. Don't ask.
I was naked except for a fish. I was sorry.
Yes!
I did a naked calendar for this morning and literally was covered in sweets.
Oh,
and
you
I
were?
sat
Were
in a
you
trolley.
really?
Honestly, yeah. Yeah, and also I've been in a jacuzzi. I'm nearly naked.
Are you?
Look, there you go.
Oh,
Hello.
wow.
There's something for the dads today.
Wow. Well...
or the girls, or the mums.
Anyway.
There you go. Have
Gillian,
Yes.
thank you so much.
So I'm still holding that.
You can take that home as a little souvenir. Thank you so much for coming on the show. Your book Want is out now.
Thank you so much.
Excellent.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
This year's lineup has been officially confirmed. Sean has invited us to her very own shack. It's back to give her verdict.
Yes, of course. And we're very excited because we're joined by royalty, nonetheless.
Yes.
The 2011 King of the Jungle, Dougie Pointer, is here too. Do we have to
Douglas.
curtsy
Yes, you
or
must.
bow?
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
yes.
we must, OK.
Yes.
To reveal whether he thinks his bandmate, Danny Jones, will cope in the camp. Well, I've already asked him about it, and he goes, he's a bit of a whim. Do you think he's going to not do so good?
Danny's terrible at eating challenges.
But he loves cooking.
Yeah, but he doesn't cook penis or anus or anything like that.
I think he hasn't seen the show.
No. He's really bad with. He always dips out of challenges that we just as a band will do on tour and stuff. Dodges drinks and peppers and.
What's he like without sleep and what's he like without food?
Oh, good
Because those
question.
are the two big things, I think.
Both, really bad. Yeah, with that.
But he's a charming guy. He's a lovely
But
man.
I'd never say it to his face, but he's an amazing guy and an incredibly talented artist.
Well, that was actually very
nice
nice.
thing to say.
How's he going to get on without his guitar? Or do you think he might take it How did he smuggle
Funny
it?
enough.
Well, I don't think he has.
enough,
I
he got
think they caught him. Jungle Customs got him.
Oh, I see,
Yeah.
I see. So what does it bring back memories of your time in the jungle? Like, round about this year, when you start hearing the music and it starts to get a bit chillier, do you think, oh, yeah, I remember my time there?
Yeah, I started getting
Shaking.
a little like shaky. I had an amazing time.
Did you?
And Danny asked me for some like advice and like, oh yeah, there's my head in something. Oh yeah, I did put. Yeah, there are snakes. I told Danny. I said to Danny, "Oh, there's no snakes. They won't make you put your head in something with snakes."
Yeah, you lied to your friend.
Honestly, I loved it. It was like the coolest adventure, and it's such a surreal thing to do as well. Like all of the crew and everyone like cover up their watches so you don't know what the time is. So you're like super confused. When you go and do trials, they put you in the back of a van that's like blacked out. It's super weird, but it's something I'll remember forever. Yeah.
What did you find the hardest thing in there, actually? Now, in hindsight, what was the toughest thing for you?
The hunger.
Was it? That was your thing?
You get really hungry.
Yeah. And I get super, just like, you know, low energy, no personality. I hate that. And you're hungry constantly and you just obsess about food.
Right.
Like, what am I going to eat when I get out? And you can't believe that in everyday life you can just walk into a shop and buy anything.
But it's also so interesting because it's so political who does the cooking. To me, that seems to be where all the rows start.
Yeah, I stayed away from the cooking. I can't cook anyway.
But he likes cooking, though, Danny. So do you think he'll be able to do that, or do you think he's going to get involved, or...?
Do you stay?
Well, he's not good with conflict, so I think, I don't know, I said stay away from the cooking. Just do the dunny. That's what I did.
Oh, surely that's the worst job.
Yeah, but then everybody likes you because you clean up all the food.
So, Sian, who's you joined with? Come on, talk.
Oh, I mean, there's so many good people. And obviously, yesterday we were sort of saying, you know, a lot of celebs had landed in Australia and was playing it cool and saying they were there for golfing trips and all sorts. But now we have the list confirmed.
I'm always here this time of year.
So let's start with the big name, Colleen Rooney. This is the one that everyone
can't believe it.
So excited about. And what is quite interesting about this is she's in there with a journalist who I think might start asking her about all that stuff with the Rebecca Vardy, Wagatha Christie. Maybe
is she allowed to talk about it? Like, is there like court cases still going? She might not be allowed to say anything.
I don't know, but so that is Jane Moore. Jane from Loose Women is going to be in there, so maybe she'll ask her some hard-hitting questions. I don't know.
Why is Colleen doing it? I don't know why she's doing it. Why do you think she's doing it?
It's a great question, and I don't know because she did obviously that documentary, the big Wagatha Christie thing. I think she came across fairly well in that.
Yes,
so
absolutely.
maybe this is maybe she's got other ideas getting back into television, perhaps.
She always comes across like she's super likeable, doesn't she?
Lovely.
Yeah, she came across quite well in that, I thought.
Lovely.
Obviously, you've got your mate, Danny, who's going to be in there, who I thought will end up getting a load of the challengers, because I bet the Busted lads, it'll be Matt Willis calling up every time for him to do all the stuff.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Then someone who I think in my head already could be a front-runner, Oti Mabuse.
Yeah.
Can I say, I'm a bit annoyed with Oti Mabuse.
What?
I saw Oti Mabuse last week and she didn't say a sausage about this, and I'm really annoyed about it.
Dermot, the same. We did a Big Brother show together and we were talking about the jungle, and did she let slip? No, she didn't. But what I learned is she's so...
Wow.
Oh, she's brilliant.
She's so funny and she jokes about herself without hair and makeup on, saying, she was said to me, Sian, I'm such a catfish. Wait till you see me without any hair and makeup on. So she will be a delight, I think, in there. She'll be so funny.
Super positive.
Talisa from Endubs is going in, the female boss.
You know what? Talisa's a really, really good... I worked with her a few years on the X Factor. She's a lovely person. I hope she does really well in that.
I think she could kick some butt,
yeah,
too.
she's far more sensitive. She's been through a lot as well. She's far more sensitive than she was given credit for. And
Yeah.
she's a really decent human being. I think she'll do really well.
I like those kind of people where you don't really know that much about them, first of all, and then you go through and it's like peeling back the layers of the onion.
I agree, because she was a big band, you know, in my era, and I don't know loads about her, so that'll be nice. GK Barry, massive internet sensation, YouTube channel, podcast saving grace. She will have a huge fan base. So I have a feeling, again, she could be top 3 at least, because she'll have so many people behind her. Where else are we going? Let's have a look. Said about Jane. Dean McCulloch from Radio 1, radio presenter. He could be very outspoken, Dean, because he's not, you know, he's known for not being shy. Got loads of opinions, so he could be one to rile up the camp. Barry McGuigan, who former featherweight boxer Barry McGuigan.
Barry McGuigan.
Have you encountered him?
It's lovely.
Yeah.
Have
you
you
have to
met
understand,
him?
when you brought up Irish in this country during the 80s, you basically had Eurovision and Barry McGuigan. That's all we had to cheer. So Barry was everything. The Clone Cyclone was one of the greatest boxers. He was an incredible guy. But and I've met him. And then do you remember that show Hell's Kitchen?
Yes, of course.
He won Hell's Kitchen, I think. Well, yeah.
The boxers always come across quite well because you get a softer side to them.
He's a lovely man, Barry.
Correct. And
we'll
also
see.
the old stories as well. Those old stories that you've heard tales about, but then you get the real truth from the
He's a gentleman as well.
from the mouth. Yeah.
Well, talking of gents, Alan Halsall from Corrie, he plays Tyrone.
He'll be great.
He will be great. He will be a fan favourite as well. The Corrie lot always do well, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Melvin O'Doom, another radio presenter. Loads of my mates are going this year. I know half the cast. Yeah, Melvin's a lot of fun. He's really good and he will be a real laugh. I think he'll bring a lot of joy to the camp. So that is who we've got so far. I think I've said everybody. That's 10 of the 12 confirmed. There's 2 more.
Oh, do we have any rumours about the other 2?
Rumours, Maura Higgins from Love Island is the only one I've seen as a rumour.
OK.
But, who have I missed? I've missed somebody. One of the Reverend. Where is he? Reverend Cole. He's going in as well. Sorry,
yes,
I forgot about Paul Reverend.
That's a couple I'd like
another one.
Bit of scandal there. Whoa. That's just tuning in now. What, those 2 together?
In those outfits.
Do the 2 extras go in later, do they? Is that the kind
Yeah,
of
they sort of come, like, normally a few days in, there's like a challenge and they sort of appear. And they've gone politician-free this year, as far as I can see, so it should be good vibes.
I think that is a good lineup.
It's a cracking lineup.
Who do you think, present company accepted, could win? Who's your favourite?
Well, look, Danny could do really well.
Yeah, I
Is it true that he's packed some interesting underwear?
Oh, yeah. He said to me, he's like, mate, he's been deadly serious, mate. I've packed some really tight silk boxer shorts. It's like, well, why? He's like, so nothing can crawl up my bum. Like, dude, where do you think you're going?
Little tight bottom huggers in case he has to go into one of those challenges.
Yeah.
He's thinking
I said he should have taken some, like pink women's underwear and not said anything about it. When he's, like, tending to the fire.
For all of that, 6-time Olympic champion Sir Chris Hoy revealed just a couple of weeks ago has been diagnosed with incurable stage 4 cancer.
Shortly after being told he may have between just 2 to 4 years to live, his wife Sarah was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and the family embarked on the toughest time of their lives.
But determined to spread a message of hope and happiness, Sir Chris has written a book, All That Matters, to inspire others to stay positive during challenging and difficult times. And he joined us now alongside Sarah. Morning to both of you.
Morning. This book is sensational. It's heartbreaking, it's powerful, it's sad, it's happy, it's funny. It's like all the best parts of being a human being. Congratulations.
Well, thank you.
It's absolutely brilliant. It all started with just an achy shoulder.
Yeah, you know, I had this pain in my shoulder. It wouldn't go away. I was, you know, I was 47 then, still lifting weights in the gym, still physically active. You're used to having aches and pains, but this one didn't go away. So I went to the physio. He suggested getting a scan. Went for a scan thinking it'd be routine, and there was a tumour.
And what was that? How did that pain manifest itself? Was it just like, oh, I need acupuncture or a massage, or I'm sure it'll go away kind of thing?
It just started out as an ache, and it got worse and worse to the point where even driving a car, lifting my arm up, doing anything, it was really painful. So I thought, there must be something wrong here, but never in a million years considered it might be cancer.
So many men of a certain age feel that, you know what I mean? You get to our age and you just go, you just have aches and pains, you shrug them off, right?
Yeah.
And also men are terrible at getting checks as well. That's the other thing. You do just tend to shrug them off. And so then when did you hear your diagnosis?
So I went to get the scan at the doctor's surgery. They brought the scan up and said, there's a tumour on your shoulder. We need to find out what the root of this is. So multiple other scans, and eventually the root of it was the prostate. So it was a stage 4 prostate cancer that spread to the bones. And no symptoms, no kind of anything to point towards this diagnosis until the shoulder pain. So it came out the blue. I've always prided myself as someone who I would go to the doctor with, you know, illness or pain, or, you know, it's part of an athlete. You're used to looking after your body and being quite aware of what's going on with yourself. But in this case, yeah, it was too late by the time we actually found the diagnosis.
Chris, when you get that news, and this is just sort of, you know, my experience and my mates and my family that have had this news, they describe it as like being a caged animal. You just feel almost claustrophobic and you just want to run away, almost ignore The fact, you know, we're going to blank it out. Does that resonate?
Absolutely. That's exactly how I felt in the surgery. We were in the room, we got the diagnosis, and yeah, I felt sick, I felt nauseous, the room felt like it was spinning, I had to get up, I couldn't sit still.
Yeah.
And it's not the news that you can't ever prepare yourself for that kind of thing. You never imagine yourself in that situation. And a million thoughts are running through your head. The first one was, how on earth are we going to tell the kids? You know, all these things.
Yeah. You've got 2 kids, 10 and 7, Callum and Chloe. How did you turn it around to be able to speak to them? Because you have to kind of get to a place yourself where you think, right, I can handle it, I can handle the questions, and I'm going to be truthful, but I'm not going to hide anything. I'm not going to make it more scary, because I always think that the unknown becomes even more scary.
Yeah, I think that's right. I mean, it was such a huge thing that we knew we had to tell them, but again, it was just trying to stop and take stock and go, OK, where are we right now? And obviously we were in panic and realising we don't need to give that to the children just now. Wait, hold. And I think we had some time and tried to do it in a really considered manner. And by the time we took that breath and just said, stop, hold, you know, we wanted to protect them. That was our main priority, wasn't it? And I think we did manage to do that and be really honest with them, but at the same time, not give them information that they needed to carry yet.
Yes.
Because actually we are looking, not at the time, but as time has gone, we have developed this sense of hope and looking to the future. And actually, we are giving that to our children as well, that there is nothing to be feared of other than just keep going and look to the future. And it's really kind of that then in turn lifts us. So it's a cycle.
Is that how you felt when you had your diagnosis? Because you kept it from Chris as well to start with, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. It just it came completely out of the blue, and you know, it just wasn't. I just knew it wasn't the right time. I would always tell Chris everything, and we're, you know, each other's crutch in everything in life. So it was very against the grain not to share it with him. But I just knew it wasn't the right time. We were trying to find stable ground, having just been given this diagnosis from him. I don't know, I think you get a bit of mum strength, right?
Yes.
And in amongst the fear, I just felt this incredible sense of courage come over me.
So do you mind me asking, what were your symptoms? And what first alerted you to it?
I had, in the summer, some tingling on my face, which just a changed sensation. I thought it was a root canal, and I was sending you messages panicking about some sort of dental treatment. Never in a million years. I mean, I've been so healthy. We both have all of our lives. You know, it's not like it suddenly answered questions of things that have been going on for years, not at all. But the doctor said, oh, we'll just give an MRI to see what's going on. So popping along to the doctor, I thought they were going to just, you know, satisfy me and say, oh, we'll keep an eye on it. Never in a million years thought that they would be saying those words. So, yeah, that has taken some getting used to. I mean, we've both had to learn our way around medical diseases and how they are impacting us. So it's been tough, but actually we've been able to do it together. And it's once you're in it, you can cope with so much more than you think. And I think just a big sense of courage amongst the brave, amongst the fear is what is taking us forward, I think.
Which you make it sound quite easy, but to have that feeling, like you said, of a caged animal, or like you say in your book, that feeling of drowning, and you both had it, and you, Sarah, were keeping it a secret, and you were, you know, explaining to your sister, so using your sister as like a strength for you. How do you make that change, though? What is it that makes you go, you know what, I'm going to deal with this day here, right now, and I'm not going to think about the future, and I'm not going to disappear down that rabbit. How do you do that?
I think as you say, it's about dealing with the here and the now, and it wasn't as if we flicked a switch and suddenly found hope overnight and found this positivity. It's a seed that grows slowly. It's something that, you know, it takes time. And you look, it's only when you look back you realise how much progress you've made, even sitting here, being able to talk about this. There's no, you know, 6 months ago, there's no way we could have done it.
No.
You know, it would have been way too emotional, but I feel it's having targets each day, it's having things that you sort of you have to focus on the kids are the centre of your life. So that's your purpose, to get out of bed, to get on, to look after them, make sure they're okay. But it's about bringing it back to the here and the now. You know, you have to. The future doesn't exist yet, and we all worry about so much stuff, small stuff, stupid stuff.
Yeah.
That doesn't. 90% of it doesn't even happen.
Yes.
You know, so why worry about it? The future doesn't exist yet. All we have is right here, right now. So it's about trying to be present, trying to appreciate the now, but that's not burying your head in the sand and saying, you know, I'm not going to worry about the future. You still plan for the future. You still, you know, have goals. You still have targets. You still have things to work towards and be aware of. But really, it's bringing it back to the here and the now.
What was so interesting to me in the book was when you actually described going through the chemotherapy and the ice cap and the putting on the... You would think that because of everything Chris has done and the 6 Olympics, you're used to kind of pushing through that pain.
I'm a big softie. That's what it is.
Well, now the cat's out of the bag, Chris. That's the thing. But and you describe it in a way where you would like, I'm just going to take each second as it comes. I'm going to think of great Uncle Andy as well, and I'm going to go and I'm going to go, right, I'm going to do 1 minute, then I'm going to do another.
So the cold cap was there to try and it basically freezes your hair follicles and stops or minimises you losing the chance of losing your hair during chemo. The ice mittens and socks are there to ideally reduce the chances of you losing the sensation, permanent sensation in your fingers and toes. So it's an important part of the treatment. It's not part of the cancer treatment, it's just part of the side effects.
And it was a big thing for Callum, wasn't it?
That was
your
it.
Hair.
That was it. I wasn't that fussed. You know, I've not got much hair as it is, so I wasn't that fussed. If it goes, it goes. But for Callum, it was a big deal.
I was quietly thinking that.
Sense of pride and exactly. So it was like, for Callum, it was important. You know, I think he was a bit... He knew of people who'd gone through cancer treatment before, and I think the thing he picked up on was the fact they lose their hair. And he didn't, I think in his mind, that, you know, I maybe drop him off at school in the morning with a full head of hair and then arrive in the evening with nothing. So he was a bit freaked out by that.
At the time, we hadn't shared it with people, so actually there was a privacy aspect to it
of course.
as well, which just gave us, again, we were just trying to find stable ground back then. So I think there's a duality to that, wasn't there?
Yeah, and also, but yeah, you're right though about sort of calling upon the sporting strength and the mental strength. It's you know, it's not looking too far ahead. Again, bringing it back to where you are right here, right now. So the cold cap was pretty painful to put on, and the pressure of it and the temperature of it. But instead of thinking I've got 4 hours of this, it was like, can you do 1 more minute? Yeah. Yes, I can. We'll do 1 more minute then, and then you get through that, and it's like, can you do 1 more minute? Yeah, I can. We'll do that, and that's it's just chipping away, not looking too far ahead. You can psych yourself out. You can you know, basically talk yourself out of anything in life, I think. But if you focus on what you can deal with right now, you can surprise yourself at what you get through.
And also, you mentioned, you mentioned it in the book as well about how you don't then make the decision. Some of the days you were said, "Oh, I can't do this again," and we just said, "Well, we don't need to make that decision now. You come back in 3 weeks' time." So instead of kind of that panic of, I can't do this, again, it's just the here and the now. Right now, you've done it. You don't need to consider it again for 3 weeks. Put it aside and see how you feel in 3 weeks. Don't make the decision when you're at your lowest. Make it when you're feeling stronger. And I think that sort of helped throughout.
Yeah. Sorry, what you said really resonated with me in that and I think so many families go through this. When you find one of your family members or a friend has a condition, you do this deep dive rabbit hole, and before you know it, you become not an expert, but you become well versed in it. And that's where your hope comes from, right? Because then you can start to see the light through the woods, because you get this diagnosis to start with, and everything's foggy. And then, but the more information you find out, and this is from personal experience, the more you go, okay, no, there is light at the end of this tunnel, and who knows what's available in 2-4 years' time.
Yeah, I think, again, sometimes it's too scary to look. Because you're too scared. But as time goes on, you get a little bit of courage to look. And Chris talks about it. Once you find out that somebody has done something that goes beyond, you then that's your thread of hope. So follow it. And then there's another one, and then there's another one, and then that's how it grows. That's how you can build it. It comes slowly. And you talk about that with Andy Taylor.
Yeah, well, so Andy Taylor from Duran Duran, just round about the time of my diagnosis, he was in the news talking about his cancer treatment. He was being given palliative care. He was end-of-life care. All the chemotherapy and the various treatments had stopped working. And they'd found out a targeted treatment which basically focuses on the genetic mutation of the cancer, a new drug, and he was cancer-free, not cured, but essentially asymptomatic. Which was absolutely incredible, and he was exactly the same as me, stage 4, secondary in the bones. So immediately, as Sarah says, you think, well, there's your glint of light. You think, well, if it works for one person, perhaps that might work for me. And even just so, you managed to make contact with him, and he phoned me up, and such a positive guy. And it was like, here's someone who gets he's been through what I'm experiencing right now, and he gave me hope. And just his positivity, I thought, how can you be so positive? And that was the first. In the early stages, you can't imagine yourself ever being positive again. You can't imagine yourself laughing again. You can't imagine yourself having joy in your life again.
Humming, whistling.
Yes, exactly. And all these things, they don't come back overnight. They take a long time. But I think it comes with hope. It comes with things like, well, actually, the treatment is starting to work. So now I'm pain-free. You know, that everything is under control for the moment. Right. And there's a plan for the next stage of treatment. When the current stages don't work, or stop working, we go on to the next stage. So you have a plan, and you adapt to the situation, you accept it, and you appreciate the here and the now, because none of us know what's coming.
I mean, you say you have a plan. There's having a plan, and then there's having a plan. Tour de Force?
Yes. So.
She came up with the name, didn't you,
did.
Sarah?
Well,
you're
really
the brains in this operation.
Thank you. And you know, that's one of the reasons of sharing the hope and finding that from somebody like Andy Taylor, who then gave that to us. I think that really helped in then you documenting the book and then wanting to be able to give that hope to somebody who today is sitting in the situation we were a year ago, where that hope is gone, and being able to shine a light in it and say, it might not be what you think, hold, wait. And by showing the Tour de Force, I mean, look at him, he's on his bike every day. He's, you know, as fit as, well, maybe not as ever, maybe not your Olympic standard, but, you know, to be able to do a cycle ride like this, I mean, you can...
We'll be there, won't we? We'll get on our bikes.
Of course. And you're training Paddy as well.
Training Paddy, he's got his children in need on this week. Brilliant. But basically the Tour de Force, to shine a light on stage 4 cancers of all sorts, to show that actually, when you can get the worst possible news, not everybody is as lucky as myself. You know, some people don't have as much time, but for now, I'm fit and healthy, and I'm going to crack on and raise, hopefully, a huge amount of money and change perception of stage 4 cancers, and that actually, there's a lot of life left to live.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for coming on the show today.
Thank you.
And for drawing awareness to it. And overall, more than anything, I think this is a love letter to you guys. I think it just shows what a brilliant team you are.
Thank
and
you.
how amazing you are together. Thank you.
Thank
you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
One of them has sold over 50 million records worldwide, and the other fronts one of the best daytime TV shows in the country, if we do say so ourselves.
Yes. As Ben is set to turn 50 later this year, we sent him off to get some words of wisdom from some familiar faces in his first chat with none other than his best pal, Gary Barlow.
I've sorted us out a nice little spot, serving a lovely glass of red.
Oh, you're winning.
I'm talking your language. It's on your rider, as you know.
Well, listen, I did it for you. So I want something in return.
Yes, fair play. So, look, Mr. Barlow.
I like this.
Lovely setting.
Nice place. Who did the decor?
This was Mrs.
Mrs. Shepherd.
Mrs. Shepherd. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.
Lovely glass of red.
Good health.
Which I felt would be a great way of us talking about your brand new series. Which essentially, the way I can see it, is Gary Barlow's Things I Like to Eat and Drink in South Africa.
With me mates.
With your mates?
Yeah.
What was the inspiration, Gary, behind the new series?
Well, as you know, I'm really into wine. Have been for years, been lucky enough to travel a lot, so I've tasted different varieties from all around the world. I know a little bit about wine, don't know a lot. So it's a bit of a journey of exploration for me, a bit of education as a student, but a chance to travel, a chance to do it with friends in amazing places. Yes, mate, how are you doing?
Here we go.
There.
Wow.
Gary, you're in safe hands.
Wine and food go together like words and music.
The vineyards are incredible, the people are incredible, and I think it needs a flag waving.
Yeah, unlike our barbecuing in the episode, I thought we were... Gary.
Save it! What I don't need right now is you laughing at me.
I'm sorry. No, put it in these.
Oh, fires!
I don't think it helped that you bought the smallest squash in the world.
Listen, you went shopping with me, you were on your phone, video, I was under pressure. And someone's filming you and it put me off.
But you've got some amazing guests that join you, and your best mate, Elliot, is with you. And Elliot is one of your songwriting partners. You've been mates for how long?
Yeah, we met making a record called Everything Changes in 1993.
Talking of that song.
Good segue.
Wasn't it just?
Yeah. It's like we've done this before.
That song that you wrote, you are now reissuing this album.
That's right.
30 years later, it was on vinyl.
Yep.
I've just been looking. This is all of you from various stages of Take That.
It is.
Marking a little crop top.
Marking a crop top, which apparently they're coming back, so we need to be prepared for that.
Are you prepared for that?
I don't think so. It's not me, it's everyone else.
We've been friends for many, many years now, and I want to pick your brains on this, if I may. I'm approaching my 50th birthday, Gary. I know I don't look it.
You don't look it.
What are the things that I need to be prepared for when I turn 50? How did you feel when you approached your 50th?
Yeah, do you know what? Any of my sort of demons in life, I tried not to bring with me into my 50s. I think it's a good place to get rid of stuff. And I think the 50s should be the power years.
Do you think so?
Power years.
Power years?
Yeah. I think it's the opposite to what you think. You need to try and do more than try and do less. My mum's 80. She walks 10 miles every day.
Does she?
And it's like, it's kept her young.
Yeah.
So I think we need to aim to try and do more rather than think, well, I'm going to wind down now into my 50. I don't think that's right. Focus on yourself, especially as all your kids have gone off to
university,
as they do, don't they?
and they're
We've got one at home, you know, and I think the real goal now is to look after yourselves and look after each other.
And so you're 25 years, you're celebrating your wedding anniversary in January. You've got all this amazing adventure that you're having with your wines and the TV series. You're on tour, you've got a 30th reissue of this. Is anything slowing down, Gary?
One thing I'm always trying to protect in all of it is just to remember the real reason I do all of this is because I'm a songwriter and I'm a singer. And as long as at some point it always comes back to that, that's the well I always need to go and fill up. And so I'm approaching a period now where I'm going to have quite a big writing year next year.
Okay.
So that's always nice. And that's what's good about what we do is every year's different. You know, have fun, be with people, be with the band, create music, have a good time. It's always positive somewhere along the way.
Just enjoy it.
Yeah.
Gary, it's been an absolute treat.
Mate.
Thank you for sharing me some of your wisdom.
God bless you. Wisdom. Oh, I've not got a lot of that.
You've got a lot of that. You've had a lot of experience, and it's an absolute treat for me to not only be in South Africa with you, to make perhaps the worst ever barbecued squash in the world, but also to see you doing so well and still smiling and thriving.
Bless you. And you.
Thank you, mate.
God bless you. Cheers.
Plum?
Yeah. Chocolate?
Chocolate. Red wine?
There's a lot of red wine in there. A lot.
I mean, I think it was all just a giant excuse.
He's having a lovely time.
He's just basically gone out with his mate, hasn't he, and had a chat.
Literally, he's like, oh, let's do it all around 50. He's just having a jolly.
Yeah.
A little jolly. Do you think he's going to come and see me next year when I turn 50?
He might do.
You never know.
I think he's just angling for more presents. He's just making sure that everybody knows it's his 50th.
We all know, Ben,
We all
that you are
know.
turning 50. Listen, Gary Barlow's wine tour, South Africa, starts this afternoon, apparently. 2 o'clock. ITV1. I'm definitely going to be watching that.
Lovely, trackies.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
Oh, that's unfortunate. And
what is it?
These things happen, don't they?
Dive out of the way and then you get hit by this. Neil joined us now. Lovely to have you with us.
Yeah, lovely to see you, Neil.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
I think the question on everybody's lips is this the end of DCI, Barnaby?
Well, why?
Well, I don't know. I just feel like it could. There's been rumours. Well, the thing is, there's been rumours that this could be the end.
Somebody knows something I don't. Somebody's trying to get rid
Well,
of me.
here's the thing. Fans did actually vote for their favourite episode. Did you know this?
I'm not in any of them.
You lost out. So that's the reason I'm asking.
Oh, I see.
Is this the end?
I'm getting the elbow, and this is how I find out. I get a bowl of pork and
You're
goodbye.
fine, fit. We're doing
Thank
all
you
right.
for it. No, as far as I know, I'm still here. We're shooting again next year, and last I heard, I'm in it. Oh no, I haven't read the script yet, actually, so I don't know.
Tell us about Sunday's episode. It's called Dress to Kill.
It's called Dress to Kill, and it focuses on a well-known, long-standing feud between domino players and drag queens, and they both exist in the same village on the edge of Midsummer. And the domino players are very passionate about their dominoes, but then the drag queens get the right to have their drag queen show in the local pub to raise money for a local boy who's very poorly and who needs emergency treatment in the United States. So it's got this sort of charity thing, but the dominoes people are not very happy about it, and the drag queens. It's drag queens versus dominoes. It's got to be Midsummer, hasn't it? Nobody else is going to do
all
that,
aspects of modern life now with the drag queens. I love the fact there's drag queens. It's brilliant.
Well, we cover everything, really. There's nothing's off the list for us.
I always love the guest stars. You've got some great guest stars there. Nigel Lindsay, Ace Batty, Susan Packard. Ace Batty's story is incredible because he's one of those actors I see and I go, I love that guy in this.
Yeah. Well, I tell you about Ace Batty. I was talking to him. I don't know whether I already knew this, but I was talking to him when we were filming, and he told me about he moved to Whitby or somewhere. It was somewhere on the sort of northeast coast, and he moved up there. And I think somebody came round saying, "Oh, we've got a local lifeboat station. Would you be interested in helping out at all?" And he thought, "I want to join the community, and that'll be that'd be lovely. I'll go and I'll sort of sweep up, or I'll make the tea or something like that." And then I think I may have got bits of this right. Somebody came around and sort of knocked him up in the middle of the night and said, "Come on, then He said, "No, I just volunteered to make the tea." And he said, "No, here, have a coat. You'll be fine." And they put him on the boat and took him out to the sea. But the brilliant thing is, he was reluctant, saying, "I can't do this. I don't know what I'm doing." They said, "You'll be fine." And he did it for the next 10 years.
No,
I mean, he
so
came back. He didn't
lovely.
stay on the boat for 10 years.
That's brilliant.
Obviously. But he's a real life hero and a lovely man and a marvellous actor. He's got it all.
Oh.
You've been on the show now for 14 years.
I can't believe it's been 14 years. It's unbelievable.
But you keep you're pushing me out again. Everything you say is not. So I feel like I've come.
What's kept you there for 14 years?
If you're going to do what I do and do, if you're going to make television and make TV shows, it's just great. You're talking about the wonderful guests that we have in, the amazing stories that our writers come up with that are. I think things like, you say drag queens and dominoes, and you think you don't think, oh, maybe that's Line of Duty, or maybe that's got to be Midsummer. We do we just do the most interesting things. We film in all the most beautiful places. We have the most wonderful guests and stuff like that. So why would I move on?
That's very true.
Anywhere else, unless somebody pushes me out? Is the question.
We will
not
never
going to
push
happen.
you out.
Bless you. Bless
never
you.
push you out. But it's a global show. I mean, it's huge in Denmark.
It's enormous. Oh, it's huge in Denmark,
they
Germany,
love it.
Australia.
What's
all
the
over
secrets to its success? Do you think it's the stars? Do you think it's the storylines?
I thought you were going to get to me there. Is it the stars? Or is it you, Neil?
Obviously, it's you, Neil.
Obviously not me.
You are one of the stars.
No, not really. I think a big thing about it is that when it was invented, the central thing about the show is something happens in a rural location and two policemen turn up to check it out. And once you've got that sort of basic formula to it, you can do anything with it. So we can do drag queens and dominoes, or we've done aliens, and you can just take it anywhere and do anything with it. There's only 4 regular characters in it. So you've got mostly a new cast every time, in a new milieu, with a new story. So whilst you think, oh, great, there's a new Midsummer Murders on is it Sunday at 8 o'clock? Is it this Sunday, 8 o'clock?
Yes,
I believe
it is.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just thought I'd mention that in case anybody else didn't. But it's on at 8 o'clock on Sunday. You see that and you think, oh, this is Midsummer, and this is sort of the area that you're going to be in. But within that, it's a completely reinvented show sort of every time we do it. And I think that for most shows, they have, this is what we are, and they can be terribly successful for 3, 4, 5 years. But it's hard to keep reinventing the same narrow story. Whereas for us, we can sort of cover anything and write about anything, and we keep having the wonderful guests and the beautiful countryside. And
it's a great life.
It's not bad. It's not bad if
it's a
you're
great
going
show.
to be.
Man. What a success!
We love it.
Well,
congratulations.
Midsummer
Murders Series 23 concludes this Sunday. 8 o'clock on ITV.
It is Sunday at 8 o'clock.
It is.
Yeah.
Did you say?
And you're not going anywhere.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
Fatima joins us now to tell us all about it. Thank you for coming in, Fatima.
Thank you, Ben. Yeah, it's an absolute pleasure to be able to share this platform with you today to talk about my bright shining star, which is an auntie that was in my first children's home.
Yeah,
Auntie Ray. I mean, obviously, for people that don't remember that I was abandoned as a baby and some would say left to die. And, of course...
I mean, when you say that, though, Fatima, literally, you'd been had out of wedlock and you were left for a few days and it was a neighbour that heard...
flat.
The neighbour that heard the baby crying that called the police.
Exactly. And then, of course, the neighbour was watching the flat, hadn't seen anybody coming or going in a couple of days, so called the police, banged the door down, rescued the baby, which was myself. And then, of course, I was made a ward of court in Hackney Borough Council and spent the next 14 years of my life in children's homes. But children's homes then were more like institutions back in the 60s, and children should be seen and not heard. And their emotional needs were very rarely met. Even today now, we look at children's residentials, they're much smaller, like homes. I mean, there's somewhat 110,000 children in the care system as we speak. There's a shortage of 10,000 foster carers. And the idea to share this book is about a young Fatima in the care system. Proceeds go to Fatima's UK campaign, which is helping young people get involved in programmes, power sport, arts and technology, which engages them, keeps them out of harm's way.
Yeah.
But the actual book itself is to explain to our young children what these youngsters go through, because they find themselves in the care system through no fault of their own.
It's interesting, actually, because I was reading it to James, my littlest boy, and it also opens up those questions that make little ones, and then you can talk about big ideas and hopefully make them more compassionate as human beings. The thing I loved about it was your relationship with a lady called Auntie Ray. And they're very special people, these people that work, but this lady was just otherworldly special.
Well, she's left a huge legacy where children are concerned in the care system, and also it's called My Bright Shining Star for a reason. I always used to call Auntie Ray the tickle monster.
Yeah.
I mean, one of the things I used to love is to hide under the bed sheets in the morning, and I really wouldn't want to get out of bed until Auntie Ray tickled me, which made my day feel like it started on the right foot.
Yeah.
Auntie Ray was just somebody that we knew that understood us, got us kids. We felt safe with her.
Yeah.
And I can remember one day running up the top of the staircase, looking out the port window, and I'd watch her coming up and down the road. I knew where she lived at the end of the road there.
Yeah.
I was probably only 10. I went round and picked these flowers, the daffodils. And, of course, I walked to Auntie Ray's. I hid them behind my back and knocked on the door. And when she opened it, I said, "Will you be my mummy?" Now, the two really important things that came out of this, for me, will stay with me for the rest of my life. And this is the power of what a good role model can bring to a young child's life. She said, "Fats," she said, "come round the back," she said, "and let's talk about this." She said, "I can't just be your mum." She said, "I've got to be mum to all those children." She said, "But here's the thing," she said, "I'm not always there and you are." She said, "So why don't you be there, mummy, when I'm not there?" And what that did for me, it taught me to obviously step up, be mum, play with the children, call out any injustice where there were many.
Yeah.
And, of course, in giving, you receive.
Yeah.
So giving them, empowering me to be able to empower them, to have the love and the security that they needed for somebody in the children's home. And also for me, it swiveled the lens, the second one, which made me realise I wasn't growing up victimised by my circumstance, that my purpose was to be there for the kids, playing trampoline on the beds, pillow fighting, drawing matchstick men on the windows, and just generally, you know, being a child with the children as a mum.
Amazing lady.
Moment. What an amazing lady. So she couldn't be your mum on her own, but you did eventually get your own mum, who was your javelin coach. I mean, that's an extraordinary story in itself, Fatima.
It certainly was. I mean, fate had a big role to play in this. I mean, obviously, most children that live in the care system struggle with their mental health issues. 27% by the time they're 14 have a lot of mental health issues. And obviously, for me, it was no different. I struggled with my school academic work. And I found myself really, sport was my saviour. And it was through a netball match that I met the love of the Whitbreads, with Mrs. Whitbread, who was...
Was it love at first netball?
Well,
Not exactly, Ben.
No, I mean, the match was a league match, and it was, if you were going to win the league match, you were going to win a medal. And I said, Auntie Ray, Auntie, I said, if I win, I'm going to win a medal. So Auntie said, now you just concentrate on what you're doing. You haven't won that medal yet. And that taught me a really good lesson when I was in the Olympics, not to put a medal around my neck. But the moral of the story with this one was that I was very motivational with my team. And the whistle went, and the umpire said, young lady, keep that noise down, otherwise you'll be off. And, of course, I carried on motivating my team. Don't get me wrong. I mean, nowadays they call us motivators. Back then it was a pain in the... and, of course, the next... we won, yay. The next thing was I went to the local athletic club, and it was there of which I decided that I would like to throw the javelin. And I was introduced to go to the stand, wait for the javelin coach to come. And, of course, as I sat there waiting, this Mini pulled up in the car park, and this person walked across the infield, and I... double take, that's that same woman on the netball court who threatened to send me off. Oh, no,
You already
what are the
picture a pain in the
chances?
backside. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, and, of course, you know, as the weeks went on, she said to me, why don't you ask Mum and Dad to come up? We can talk about competitions. And I sort of nodded my head, and then she said to the shot put coach, Jack, has Fatima got a hearing problem? Why is that? Said Jack. Well, every time I talk about Mum and Dad, she just nods her head. Oh, he said, don't you know, she's from the children's homes. And with that, obviously, subsequently, she bought a javelin and some boots up for me. She asked me would I like to come and meet the family and have tea with the family. And, yeah, of course, I mean, it was an amazing fate that I should meet and love the love of the Whitbread family, because within a few weeks after that, she asked me would I like to come and stay in the summer season, have a couple of weeks there. And when I stayed with the family, at the end of it, I met, obviously, my young brothers, which were 4 and 2, Greg and Kirk, and Mr. Whitbread. And Greg, who was a 4-year-old, said, Mum, do we have to take Fatima back to the shop? Oh! So, no, I mean, I was a very... I'm one of the lucky ones, Ben, and the reason why I've written this book, as I said, it's to help create the awareness of children in the care system. So if you're thinking maybe you can open your hearts and your homes to give the love and the security to one of these children and foster, it's a very rewarding job. And I always say, for children, it's, you know, they should always have the love and security. It's their right as a child to have the love and security of a good home.
And look what you achieved, because you had that. I mean, you're a single-minded, extraordinary woman anyway, but, you know, the athletic success that you had, Sports Personality of the Year, Fatima, all of those accolades because you had this amazing family around you that just sort of supported and drove
And so you can play your part now by go out, buy the book, My Bright Shining Star, because all proceeds go to Fatima's UK campaign. Please play your part, buy a book. Christmas is coming. Help us make a difference to these young children's lives.
Special. Yeah. Really, really special message. And it will make a difference as well, Fatima.
Yeah. My Bright Shining Star by Fatima Whitbread
It's a beautiful
out
book.
now.
And like you said, it just creates a bigger conversation for your kids at home.
I've got one more thing to say, Ben.
Go on.
Show me your gun. I hear you're getting ready for your 50th.
Look at it.
I'm getting closer.
Let's have a look.
They're not quite. They're not quite up to Olympic standard yet. Though. I'm really tensing.
during the break, for sure. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That was amazing, and it's a beautiful book.
Yeah,
it really is.
Thank you.
Stay there now. Stay there.
Yeah, stay there.
Oh, hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
Hey, wait till you see tonight's episode.
He's still got it.
Yeah, well,
He's
say
never
that, you know.
lost
Great to be on this morning. It was either that or Loose Women.
Yes.
And you know what I'm saying?
You've been there.
Well, I only watch Loose
you?
Women now to see what I'm up to.
I love that.
Those that know don't know. Okay.
But
You got it, didn't you?
I definitely get it. Don't worry about that.
Yeah,
But we were just watching that back, and then you shocked us both,
Did I?
actually. Yes, none of us knew that. Tell us what was supposed to happen.
Yeah, originally when I went in 2002, the original story was going to be Alfie and Peggy, obviously played by wonderful Barbara Windsor.
Yeah.
They were going to recreate the Graduate story.
So she was going to be Mrs. Robinson.
That's right, and I was going to be Dustin. And I don't know, that was the story that we spoke about earlier on. And then something happened with myself and Jessie. They saw a chemistry on screen and they went, no, hold on. This could change
something here.
But what was interesting, that was 2002, Cat and Alfie, it was a real slow burner for about a year. And then they eventually got together, and it was just strange times. You know, just even going out on the street and people just losing it.
Everyone bought into it, but maybe that's the point, though, Shane, is because it was a slow burn, and that chemistry sort of crackled and
But
bubbled.
also,
Will they, won't
But
they?
also, back in the day then, you know, you had the Mitchells, I think Martin Kemp had just left. There was a lot of alpha males.
Yeah.
And I think when Alfie came in, the guy who created the Moons, a gentleman called Tony Jordan, was a big fan of Only Fools and Horses. We're talking over here, be quiet.
It's you lot on there.
Can you be quiet? It's not very often I leave the house to come and work with Ben and Kat, all right, so shut up. Anyway, as I was saying, so he was a big fan of Only Fools and Horses, and he kind of wanted to create that with the Moons. So you had Alfie, Nana and Spencer. Back in the day,
Magical. But then, and it's been, so we've watched it go on and off. I mean, you say it's not every day you go out and work out with Kat, but you're working with, on the street, on the square with your cat. And last night, Shane, we saw them kiss again.
Yes.
Now, is this something that we're going to see? Are they getting back together? Is it?
You have to watch tonight. Tonight's a big reveal, and as you know, Alfie's going through his post-prostate cancer.
Yes. Yeah.
So we do deal, I think we can say erectile dysfunction.
You can?
Yeah, you can do.
Yeah,
the
absolutely.
adverts normally come up.
The
adverts come up, and they got, is it Noom or something where they talk about not being...
You're going to get the contract now. Well
yes,
done.
I am. Thank you. Hi, I'm Shane Ritchie. I use Noom. No, I don't. Okay. I didn't swallow it quick enough. I've got a stiff neck.
Is steady. This morning we talk about all these things. I think it's a really important storyline. That prostate cancer storyline.
Yeah.
Because often we associate Alfie with comedy and fun, and he's just a lovely cheeky chappy. But that's been quite an emotional thing for you to do.
It was very much so. I got a call up from Chris Clenshaw, our exec producer, and he said we're going to do a storyline with Alfie. And of course, curiosity. I said, well, what are we doing? He said, how do you feel about, you know, Alfie getting prostate cancer? And I thought, well, of course, what a great story to play and a message that, you know, was dear to me. Yeah. But I just realised, it kind of reminded me how old I was. And the funny thing was that I think I had that meeting on a Tuesday or Wednesday. The week before, I'd actually gone to see my GP to talk about having a test done. So, yeah, I'm playing that story, and we did one scene in the Queen Vic where Alfie unfortunately wets himself. And I remember sitting down with the story producer, and Chris said, can we play this?
That was an idea that you had had.
Yeah. I came in because sadly it happened to a friend of mine at a golf club, and he was standing there and just wet himself.
And as a result of being diagnosed with prostate cancer, dealing with the fallout from it?
Yeah, and so we got a chance to play that. And it was really interesting, Ben, about the reaction we got from not just social media, but a lot of emails coming to EastEnders saying thank you for doing this storyline, because, you know, from children saying my dad or my brother or my uncle have since been checked. And it was about 3 months ago, I had to go and see my GP about a check-up, and he doesn't really watch the show, but he said, I understand your character has done a story with prostate cancer. I said, why is that? He said, because we've had an influx of gentlemen coming in to get checked because of what you did on the show. So if we save one person's life, we've done great.
Which is what's so amazing about soaps, I think, and how you can respond to kind of stories straight away, and how much influence they have on the audience as well that are watching at home. Do you feel that? Do you feel that sense of
I haven't done until I did the prostate story.
Right.
And I kind of engaged myself with Prostate Cancer UK. I met some gentlemen that have gone through the process, and sitting down with writers and saying, how do you feel about playing this story? And getting back to like the whole Cat and Alfie thing, as much fun as it is, you know, Cat and Alfie maybe getting back together. We do the repercussions of having prostate cancer, now that affects your libido. And we play that.
And that's an important part of the story.
Oh, most definitely, mate, most definitely.
Talking about getting back together, you're going on the road.
I don't know if the country's ready for it.
Well, I mean, so you, Brad, Joe and Brian.
Yeah, so Joe Pasquale, Brian Connolly, myself and Bradley Walsh.
I mean...
I've been given, thankfully, EastEnders have given me a few weeks off in May. Look at that
Pratt
picture there, look at that. So what happened? Bradley gets bored, right? Because he's not on telly enough. I'm surprised he's not hosting Loose Women. OK, so we've known...
Give him a frock, he would.
Well, yeah, we've known each other 40 years. We used to do all the TV shows, talent shows, touring as comics back in the day. And for years he kept saying, oh, the four of us should get together and do a show together. And I'm like, shut up, Bradley, just go and do another TV show, whatever you're doing. Anyway, he came to see us Christmas and he got the four of us together. He said, we've got this one night he's been given at the Palladium. He said, do you fancy doing it? And we're like, really? OK, and we'll go and do it. Not knowing, within something like 8 hours, it sold out. And we could have done a week at the Palladium. We got a 15-piece orchestra. Then we did another gig down in Fareham, opened a new theatre. And then someone come along and Bradley says, listen, there's a potential 22-date UK tour.
No way.
So we are going on tour in May. And if you want to know the dates, it's going to be on this morning website. So we're committed now.
We'll
so
put all the dates
off in Scotland.
And you're going on a tour bus. Did you say that Joe's going to be driving?
Yeah, so we said it's only going to be the four of us. So we've got mates and family saying, no one's coming. Come to the show, but four of us are going to travel together. I think either Brian or Squeaky's going to drive. I can't be bothered. Bradley certainly won't be bothered. And we're all talking about our playlist music. And in the theatres, we share a dressing room.
You share a dressing room?
All four of us share a dressing room. And now we're talking about maybe even...
Don't say you're going to share a bedroom, share lodgings.
We might do that. We might...
Old school, go back
We're just
like
going to
it was.
go and stay, maybe in bed and breakfasts and just share a room.
Brilliant. This is a documentary I want to see.
Not sure ITV can afford it, but I think it's
very
a good
expensive.
idea.
The talent's very
Oh, tell me
expensive.
about it.
The therapy that were needed by the four of you to get over it on the other side as well.
So 22. Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, Shane, that'd be awesome.
We'll rehearse for about 10 minutes.
Yes, and that'll be too much.
It's going to be smooth.
So
Smooth
please
as
come and see
anything.
it.
We'd love to.
Can we?
We would
And
absolutely
can I
love
just
to.
pick up that I was number one?
Oh,
What?
yes, of
Yeah.
course.
Now, I've heard about
Right,
this
let me tell you,
debacle.
we've got time for this, OK? Don't
Not
worry
really.
about the weather. OK, it's raining. That's all you need to know, no matter what part of the country you're in. So here's the thing. So 2002.
Yes.
I had a number one. Right,
So
Kat,
upset.
write it in there, girl.
Yeah.
OK?
Yeah.
Now, but whenever every time I done gigs with my band, I've gone, here goes, here's my number one song, I'm Your Man. My kids and the missus go, no, it wasn't number one, it was number two.
It was number
Here we
two.
go. No, shut your face, Ben, it was number one. Now,
Will
because
Young-
I'll tell you why, I always say on stage, because Kat Deely told me I was number one. Kat, tell a story.
I didn't remember any of
You've
this
gone all
at
brummy
all.
on me now.
I didn't.
No, yeah.
So you
CD
claim that
UK.
she, CD UK, said Shane Ritchie's number one.
Number one, and you
with
had the
I'm Your
number
Man.
one.
The number
thing.
one. Did you ever get a number one?
No, that's why I've come here today.
Because you didn't
Oh,
get to
well,
number
I
one.
don't. I
You were
don't
number
have
two.
any more of those.
Will Young.
Yeah,
It-
no,
if you want to leave right now.
Right.
This was number one.
OK, take him off. OK, I went to number one for about 20 minutes.
Did you?
Yes, you know I did, because you said Shane Ritchie's number one. Well, we need to find that footage.
There's
We'll
definitely-
find it,
if
we'll
someone
find
can
it.
find the footage and prove it,
Kat
at
Deely
least.
going, Shane Ritchie's number one.
Shane Ritchie, number two.
Terrible. The lies I told.
Thank you for coming in, Shane. Lovely to
Thank
see you.
you. Ben.
Nice
Wish
seeing
we had
you.
more time. Of course, EastEnders continues tonight at 7:30 on BBC One and BBC iPlayer, and we will put the dates of your tour, the Pratt Pack
Yes.
tour, on the app. And
And can we come one night and heckle you from the audience?
I'm in.
We will.
You can sing your number two hit.
Right, that's it. Right, that's it. I'm going off to do the one show. Don't want to be here no more.
Hello. We've got lots. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
Since his first ever children's book, The Boy in the Dress, was published in 2008, David Walliams has gone on to become one of the most successful children's authors of all time, spending a record-breaking 240 weeks at number one in the charts.
God, Norris McWhirter would love you. It's a record break. He's just published his 42nd book, Super Sleuth. This is your first murder mystery.
Yes, I've never done a murder mystery before, but I've always enjoyed murder
Yes.
mysteries. But I always think you had to have a scientific brain to come up with the plot, which I don't have. But I worked really hard on the plot, and you said your kids are reading it now.
Yes.
And they haven't guessed who the murderer is.
No, we're not
okay.
that far in, and I've also been doing funny voices and all those kind of things.
Well, let's hear them.
Yeah.
Well, there's one
Let's
bit...
see how funny they are.
They're not funny,
But they're silly voices.
There's a maestro in
Yes, so
this,
the
who's the Italian detective.
Yeah, so the premise of the book is there is a cruise ship going from America to England. It's a week-long journey. On the first night of the journey, the world's most famous detective is murdered. So a little girl called Dilly and her dog Watson, they're sort of amateur sleuths, they have to solve the crime. And like in all murder mysteries, the bodies pile up. But don't worry, people die in a funny way, like the maestro died... Well, I've given it away, haven't I? But the maestro dies in a vat of blancmange, you know. So, so don't worry if you think it's going to be scary.
No. There's also one bit that he absolutely loved yesterday when we were reading it, because he'd just had his first day back at school, so he was exhausted. So he got under the duvet with me when we sat and read your book.
And
he loved... He loved it. He just likes pictures, Patrick.
Yes.
The little boy reads. And he loved the poop deck.
Yeah.
That was his really funny
so
bit.
this is the dog Watson who's come on the journey, and so there's a silly joke about, you know, Watson needing a poop and going to the poop deck, and that's the image of what happens if the dog doesn't poop for a whole week. And sort of balloons.
He covered it over and then revealed it to me.
David, did you do sort of research into the idea of murder mystery and sort of plan? Is it a bit more...
I had to plan it completely.
Sort of like a map of sort of who goes...
Yes, yes. It's almost like, especially on a cruise ship,
yes.
You know, you have to work out who's where each time, and obviously people need to go missing at certain times, and so therefore they could be suspects. So it was... I spent as long working out the plot as I did writing the book, which was a morning.
But it's so good, because you have that thing where you don't talk down to kids, you make it really interesting. You also do a thing, because the first one that I ever read to my boys was Gangster Granny. And it was just... What was so nice about it is she does die in the end. You don't...
Spoiler alert.
You don't... But you
I
don't...
haven't read it. I didn't know that.
But you don't shy away from those big ideas too. And so it opened up a conversation.
Yeah, about grief. Grandpa's Great Escape is about a grandpa who sort of... He doesn't remember anything more. He thinks he's back in the Second World War. So I think if you've got a serious subject... but you can do it in a sort of fun way with humour, not laughing at the serious subject, but just there's some humour, there's some adventure. I think it's then, you know, kids they'll enjoy reading the book, and then also they'll come away with something with a sort of deeper meaning or something to think about.
And we've got lots of questions to ask you, but actually we thought it'd be better if some of our viewers' children could ask you some questions, of course, because theirs will be all the more pertinent. I think we've got a question from Amy first.
My question is, what inspired you to make your books? Because when I'm older, I want to be a child author too.
She's got all of your books there.
Every single one.
Well, thank you very much.
So what inspired you, David?
What inspired me? I think what really inspired me is just having a story to tell. So the first book was The Boy in the Dress, and I thought, what would happen if a boy went to school dressed as a girl? How would his friends react? How would the family react? How would the teachers react? And so I think if you've got something you want to tell people, then that is really the starting point, is really the story. But I look forward to reading your books one day.
Oh.
Yeah, wouldn't that be amazing, Amy?
Yeah,
it's lovely that you can be
Amy.
inspired by someone else.
Yeah, and Alfred inspired the Mega Monsters, didn't he,
Yes,
as
my
well?
son, who you've both met, he's 11 years old, and he's creative, and he, like, when we're walking the dogs in the park, he's always coming up with ideas for my books, but he does want half the money.
Quite right, too.
OK, we've got another question now, and it's from Ruby.
Hello, David Williams. My name is Ruby, and I love your books, especially this one called Slime. I just got a question for you. Why is your book so funny?
Oh, that's a
well,
great...
I like to make them funny because I think then kids are going to have a great time reading them, you know, and there's nothing better. I mean, parents often say, you know, how happy they were to see their kid enjoying a book and laughing along with it. So I love humour, I love making people laugh, and it's a pleasure to think, you know, people are enjoying them in that way, and hopefully, you know, families sharing some of the jokes together as well.
There's that thing, isn't there, as parents, when you're watching your kids spontaneously laughing at something they're consuming, whether it's a book or whatever, is joyous. It's a really special
I know.
feeling.
I always say, because, you know, people often say, oh, are you happy at the moment? I go, my son is happy, so I'm happy.
Yes.
There's nothing better, is there? Because
Yeah.
I recently took him to Disneyland Paris, and the people
How was
said,
that?
oh, how long are you here for? I said, too long. But he was happy, so I was happy.
How many times did you go around on the rides?
We did the Big Thunder Mountain 11 times.
11?
Back to back to back?
And I felt sick every single time I went on it.
And
Not
did
back
it-
to back to
and
back,
was
over
he-
3 days.
But was he enjoying the fact that you were really struggling on it?
Oh,
as well?
yeah.
That
That
makes it
only
more fun.
adds the enjoyment that I
Makes it
turned
more
green.
fun, doesn't it?
Excellent. We have
right.
got another question from Jasper.
Yeah.
He's got a question.
My question to David is, are any of the characters in your books based on real people?
That's a great
That is a good question. Well, whenever I'm trying to think of an evil villain, I always think, what would Simon Cowell do? No. Yes, they are. There's a character of Bert in Ratburger who's the villain.
Yes.
And he was actually inspired by a Little Britain contestant because this guy came on and his name was Cockroach Ken, and he started eating live cockroaches. And he got buzzed off
Do you
very
mean
quickly.
Britain's Got Talent, not Little Britain?
Oh, sorry.
Britain, I, was like, I
Same
don't remember the
thing.
Little Britain episode that was a
Little Britain's Got Talent. I remember.
Or
I only in
possibly
show with Britain
the
in the
best
title.
pop factor
Yeah,
with
sorry.
Strictly on Ice.
So it was on Britain's Got Talent?
It was on Britain's Got Talent. Thank you for pointing that out. And yeah, this guy came on. He was sort of quite strange looking, and he said his name was Cockroach. Ate the cockroaches, and when he went off the stage because he got passed off, I kept on thinking, well, a man who eats live cockroaches, what else might he do? Might he turn rats into burgers? So you never know when an idea might come about. It's often not someone saying, "Oh, I've got an idea for your book." It's just something that happens around you. So it's the big question: where do you get your ideas from?
Yeah.
I think for kids out there, it's just keeping your eyes and ears open because you never know when you might have a good idea for a story.
Yeah.
And one last question. This one's from Jackson.
Rappa is a great escape at the minute, and also it's my favourite so far. I like the World War II plane that's called the Spitfire, and I really like all the stuff in it. And also, have you got a favourite book?
My favourite book is The Twits by
Oh,
Roald
that's
Dahl, because I
great.
think it's hilarious. And also, I think it's very inventive because most children's books have children in them. And they're not the lead characters in The Twits. It's about an old married couple who hate each other, and anyone married can really relate to it. And it's all the surreal, hilarious ways they kind of undermine each other.
Yeah.
Have you read it?
Yes, and they turn the house
It's
upside
so inventive.
down.
The
Yeah.
houses, there's a trick played on them, and their house
And
is
the
turned upside down.
monkeys paint the ceilings.
So
yeah.
I always think, like, for me, Roald Dahl is like the gold standard, as in, I love his books. I've always loved reading his books. I loved reading them all with my son. And I think because he's so great, it's like he's always up there. He's on the pedestal, and all we can ever do is sort of try.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's the gold standard. There's no bad thing, someone being the gold standard.
And you're still loving the writing as well.
Yeah, I love it because it's to be able to do what you love obviously doesn't ever feel like a job, and also the fact that kids are now looking forward to your new book coming out is amazing, and I get to go around the country doing events and signings and things. So it's great. I mean, it's because it's creative, and also you don't feel lonely because you're with the characters the whole time. And I've always tried to do something new in each book.
Yeah.
Because when you've written this many books, I mean, it's quantity over quality. There are a lot of books. You want to always try and do something new. But, yeah, I think the best thing is that people find them funny.
Yeah.
Because being, funny makes people happy.
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Well, all of the kids that ask questions are going to get a signed copy of David's latest book.
Yes, if they could just send
Super
£10.
Sleuth. And it's out now. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Lovely to see you.
I'll be back tomorrow.
We'll look forward to it. Hello. Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning.
For all of that, she's built one of the most successful fragrance empires in the world, despite leaving school with no qualifications. And now she wants to help others by coaching budding businesswomen.
Yeah, Jo Malone, CBE, is going to be sharing her wisdom in a new BBC Maestro course, as well as with our This Morning viewers today in our phone-in. Good morning, Jo.
Good morning.
So, I mean, we can't wait to get to this phone. We've got lots of people on the line. Can you explain a little bit about what Maestro is and the course that you've put together?
So BBC Maestro is a whole plethora of people from everyone from Marco Pia White, Trini Woodall, and we're all giving our experience and our wisdom and the adventures and the little hacks that we've helped build us kind of global businesses. And for me, mine is, when they first asked me, which was a couple of years ago, it was like, I never went to university. Actually, I never finished school. I've got no qualifications. What am I going to create 4 hours of content? You know, what am I going to do? And I realised that what they wanted was how I thought about life differently and that entrepreneurial heart. And so I teach you in this course how to fill your entrepreneurial toolbox with everything you're going to need to build a business, share your life, raise your kids, teach children in education, all kinds of things. All of these things will be relevant for you.
So what are the attributes that you need to become a successful entrepreneur?
You need passion.
Yeah.
You have to feel it. If you don't feel it, no one else is going to. You have to be resilient. You have to be a little bit like a warrior because, trust me, you're going to fall down. You're going to graze your knees and you've got to get up again and you've got to fight. So you need resilience and that opportunity that you give yourself that says, sometimes I need to fail in order. I mean, how many times have we all failed?
Oh, yes.
But we don't talk about that, do we?
And also you learn more, I think. From when you fail, you learn a lot more than when you succeed.
Nelson Mandela said, I always win or I learn. And if you look at life like that, and so I will teach you to look through different eyes in this course and say to yourself, it's OK. And I share some of my worst moments, which people love your worst moments.
Of course, because as we know the headlines of how successful you've been with the businesses that you've created, but understanding how you've got to that success is
Ben,
huge.
I've made lots of mistakes along the way, and I don't share all of them, but I share enough to make people feel that they can identify. The last thing is really important. It's creativity.
Yeah.
So I believe that everybody in this world has a bank account, OK? And it's full of creative currency. And the only one that can access it is you, only you. That creative bank account will help fulfill your dreams. It will help you think about life differently. But that bank account will only go up in value if you use it. Otherwise, it just stays stagnant. So, you know, you've had lovely Martin Lewis talking about finances. Creativity is exactly the same as a currency.
And you offer, like, really practical advice. You were talking there about creativity. And isn't there an exercise that you do where you take all different items that are white?
Yes.
And then the person has to come up with an idea. Explain it.
So this is if I'm going to be interviewing someone for a creative team. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for the child in them. That's what I'm looking for. So I'll get a tray. Everybody does the interviews with their CV. By the way, I'm just going to bring this out. This is one of my treasured things. I was once asked for my CV in life, and this is my CV.
That's a very small CV.
There you go.
In fact, it's a tiny CV. It's a
actually, I've never qualified at anything. I've got no qualifications. So that's my CV.
Have you ever interviewed for a job, though, Jo?
I have, and I sort of managed to waffle my way through and say, give me a chance. But, you know, people get so hung up. It's important to have your CV, of course it is, and there'll be people that within my team that look through the CV and talk through it. But I'm interested in the child. So I'll get a tray of product that are all white, as though it's a canvas. There'll be a tennis ball, kick and change, a white mug, a can opener. What else did we have in there? A paintbrush. And I will say to them, OK, you have 10 minutes. I'm going to leave the room. One, all of them. But you have to choose something, and when I come back in the room, I want you to have sold me a product that you've created in your head.
Wow.
And let me tell you, 10-year-olds can do it.
I bet they can. I bet they can. Fascinating as an idea. Right, let's get to the phone lines, Jo, because there's lots of people desperate to speak to you. Let's start with Melody, who's in Kent. Hi there, Melody.
Good morning.
Lovely to have you phone in. What's your question for Jo?
So I'm at the very, very beginning stages of planning on opening my own doggy cake and cupcake business for doggies. And I don't even know where to start apart from trading standards, because obviously I need to get some, I don't know what you call it, regulatory things. I don't even know how to pronounce it. So if you can help me on that, I would really be appreciative.
Oh, hello, Melody. I'm so happy to hear that you want to create your own business. And two things I love in life, which is being an entrepreneur, and I love dogs. So this is perfect for me. So you're creating your own cupcake. Have you got the name of the brand? Don't say it if you haven't registered it, by the way, but do you have the name of your brand and your story?
I have got one in my head, but I need to run it past my family to make sure that they're happy with it. I have mentioned it to my dog, and she looked at me with two heads, but that's
well, first of all, what I'd love to kind of just give you a couple of ideas of. So my head is always in marketing. So one great idea would be to make a whole lot of cupcakes in, running up to your launch, and go and stand near parks where everyone is walking their dogs. And as the dogs come out, they're often sort of hungry, aren't they? Because they've been running around the park and they're dirty. Do tiny little cupcakes. And maybe if people love them and you come back, you could do tiny little cupcake collars that everybody puts onto their dogs who's tried a cupcake. And then you can get testimonials. So that would be one of the kind of creative ideas I would think about. When you're starting a business, you need to think about the name, the product, the name, the strategy, all of those things. So I'm going to give you a little compass now, Melody. All eyes. Inspiration, innovation. So you need to be inspired and you need to innovate and create. Integrity. Now, that's what you're talking about, all the things that you need to do, the legal things, make sure that the cupcakes are safe for the dogs, go through all of their testing and trading. I don't know the governing body that you do that, but there will be people that do. Ignition. So that's when I gave you that idea about standing outside the park and giving them that ignition, that moment. And instinct. What does your gut say? So the world at the minute is going, don't trust your gut. I'm telling you, trust your gut. It is your greatest attribute in business, what feels right. And then package your product, create this amazing story around it, and go and ignite the world.
Love it.
Passion.
Melody, go ignite the world.
Good luck, Melody.
Good luck.
Thank you so much.
Really excited for you. Hope that goes really, really well.
Yeah, enjoy it. Next up, we've got Hannah. Good morning, Hannah. What's your question?
Good morning.
Good morning.
I wanted to ask Jo, what would be her advice to reach more customers and how to set up an online shop? And then how could that into a physical shop? Because I currently have a small business startup, which is with canvases and greeting cards, and they have all handmade custom designs, but I'd like to expand that and then expand it into real life to reach more people.
Oh, hello, Hannah. Well, that sounds... How long has your business been trading for?
I'd say over a year.
Over a year. Did it start out as a hobby?
It did, because I always loved to draw and I love to paint, especially in watercolours, which is what most of the cards are made out of.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah. So, first of all, one of the things I would say is people are always looking for artists. They're always looking for, like, packaging to be recreated. So I would set up something on Instagram and I would take all of your art and all of your beautiful cards and I would take your images and put them onto all different things. So all different images. At the moment, Instagram needs to be very, very emotional and we need to connect in it. So maybe it will be a beautiful greeting card, but maybe, Kat, it was your birthday and you'd had the beautiful label on a water bottle and a wine bottle.
Right.
So you could take your images and put them on different things and create kind of different packaging. Taking your business from online to bricks and mortar to a physical store is a big step, Hannah. It really is. And it means a lot of expense. So if you have that money in the bank, good luck, and there'll be lots of steps along the way. But what I would say to you is, have you looked into all the things that you could do online first? So if you have that pool of money, say you have £1,000, £2,000, whatever it is, could you take that money and put it in to your website and create something more of an experience? Because when you have something online, it's a global store. Look at it like that.
Yes.
You have your first global store you're able to show. The other idea I had for you was to join up with 3-4 other entrepreneurial businesses. So it might be your local art gallery. It could be your local church on a Sunday. Could you put a little, gallery together for them? So think about places where you can go and people that you can share your ideas with, and then take your 3-4 stories and create a lovely press story. Get your local newspaper in to come and tell your story with you. So what we're always looking for is, what's the next step? What's the next step? And it's not always straight ahead. It can sometimes be, look left, look right. who do I know? Who can I bring in and create this story? But yeah, I'd love you to send me some of your ideas for Christmas, and we can start by sharing them on our Instagram. Very happy to do that.
That'd be brilliant.
Amazing,
Yeah.
Hannah.
Good luck, Hannah.
Good luck.
Right, here's a quick one for you. You've only got a minute left, but Beth's asking about marketing. You've already talked about marketing. She says, it says it's from Beth, but it's my wife and I have a small property furnishing and design business for show homes and holiday rentals. We've done very little marketing so far. We haven't really needed it, but now we want to grow more. What do you recommend is the best initial marketing strategy to implement to reach new customers or build a brand?
So I'm going to go back online. So I've got an idea for you. Sorry, what were their names?
Beth.
Beth.
And her partner.
Beth and Mr. Beth.
Or Mrs. Beth.
So what I would say to you is AI is going to be your best friend here. So Chatbox, ChatGPT, looking at that. But what I would do is I would set up something visual, again, either an Instagram, TikTok, and I would take one room, and every week you and your husband decorate that same room in a different form. You can do it all on AI. DALL-E will be able to help you with all these amazing images, and it's free of charge right at this moment. We can use these are our fingertips. Change that room every single week and get a wonderful narrative, people sharing their stories. Then what will happen is someone will go, that's such a clever idea. How about we sponsor you, and the cushions that you put on the sofa, you get a cut from. And so you become your own creator and influencer, and you're able then to create revenue, and then you allow your followers to grow, and that's when your business starts to really take off.
Really lovely idea. Really, really lovely, especially if it starts generating revenue as well, because that allows you to sort of invest elsewhere as well, doesn't it, Jo?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh, Jo, we've got loads more. We can't
so
get through them all, but thank you for coming in and sharing some of those thoughts.
And if you want more of Jo's invaluable advice, her BBC Maestro course will be available from the 15th of November.
Lovely to see you, Jo.
Thank you,
Have a lovely birthday as well.
Thank you so much,
hello.
everyone.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload tons of new content every single day. So hit the subscribe button, like all the videos, and don't miss out. We'll see you in the morning. Thrilled that Paul joins us now, along with some of your mates. It's good to see you this morning.
Good morning. I've got some of my friends with me.
Yeah.
This is my bodyguard. So when I did AGT, it went a bit crazy. So they gave me a bodyguard, and even though it's a while ago, like you pointed out, he's still here. I can't get rid of him.
Right.
Roger. This is Roger. Roger.
Hello,
okay?
Roger.
Who's this? With his cat.
Hello.
And Ben. I don't trust them. What do you mean you don't trust them? There's something about them. What are you going to do? I'm going to interrogate them. You can't interrogate the presenters. Trust me, I'm going to make them talk. Yeah, funnily enough, that's kind of what I do. Yeah, make things talk. You won't get me to talk.
He's a very good judge of character. That's the thing about it.
I'm fully trained. Well, so am I. Go on then. What? Make me talk. I just did. When? Just then. Do it again. I'd say nothing. I just did what I say. I'm saying nothing. Oh. So you want me to get you to talk? No, I'm just repeating what I made you say. Oh, I said nothing. No, you said I'm saying nothing. No, you said I'm saying nothing. Well, the fact is I said I'm saying nothing twice, you see. I'm a ventriloquist. When I talk, I talk. When you talk, I talk. The fact is you're not really talking. I'm talking for the both of us. So what have I said? Well, nothing. Told you I wouldn't talk. That's Roger. Let's get him out of here.
Nice to meet you, Roger.
Go, Roger.
And you're off on a tour.
I am. I'm doing a brand new show. So we did Puppet Man last time. Yes. And I'm out on tour with a brand new show called Jaw Drop.
And then you're going back to Vegas with this as well.
So I'm going back to Vegas in a couple of weeks, actually. We start rehearsals for the pantomime at the Palladium, and then I go and do 3 shows in Vegas at Harrah's, and then I come back and then we carry on rehearsals. So it's a bit of a
busy time of year for you.
And who else are you taking on tour with you?
So I've got hang on a second. He's here again. I can't believe he's here. Hang on. What's going on here? Excuse me. Whoa! Whoa! What is going on? This guy sneaks into the luggage and has found his way on tour by accident. Whoa! Does your crew? What does your crew? What does your crew? No. This is Kat and Ben, the presenters.
Hello.
Whoa! I got something I want to ask you. You want to ask me, or want to ask you? You want to ask me, or want to ask you? Or you want to ask me? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm talking about. You is catching on, Darath. Why are you talking like that? Because I is an urban fox.
Oh.
So this guy has been... listen, I've got... While you're there... Yeah, what is it? What is it? You've got to stop doing your business on my doorstep.
Oh, that's bad.
I've got a lot of business to attend to. OK, all right, that's enough of that. So that's the urban fox. And then, of course, there's Sam as well, who comes on tour.
One of our favourites.
Yes.
And Sam is here. We'd like to see Sam now.
We'd love to see Sam. If Sam...
Is he going to be good?
I can't guarantee that.
Oh, OK, excellent.
Here he is.
Hey!
Yeah.
Hello, Sam. How are you?
I'm good. This is good. How's it all going?
Very well, thank you.
Yeah, we're having a good time. Yeah, we are. We've actually been all over the place, haven't we? We've been touring a lot. Yeah, we've been also went to Australia.
Yeah.
How's Australia?
Yeah, they've got some dangerous animals in Australia. Red duck spiders, fox, jellyfish and snakes. So venomous, if you're attacked by one, you've only got enough time to say, I think I didn't die a snap. And then we went to Canada and Alaska. Yeah, they've got grizzly bears. Yeah, we should have bought bear repellent. Yeah, is that the same thing as mosquito repellent? You know, you spray it on yourself and it keeps the mosquitoes away. No, you idiot, it's a pepper spray. A pepper spray? Yeah, you spray it at the dare. Because the dare is charging at you and you spray yourself with pepper. All you've done is season yourself.
And Sam is going to feature in the panto, because I bring the boys every year. I have done now for the past 3 years. I've brought them to come and see you guys.
Yes.
So what are you doing this time, and what's Sam going to be doing?
So it's Robin Hood at the Palladium with me, Julian Clary, Nigel Havers, Jane McDonald. And
who's Jane?
Jane is Maid Marian.
Oh,
of course she is. There's the cast.
There we go. Julian is Robin Hood, and I am Will Scarlet, and Sam is Sam Scarlet.
Oh,
yes.
Excellent.
And we rob from the rich and we give to the poor. Yeah, except we're not good at that. What? We're not good? No, why not? Well, because our outfits, yes, are red. Red? Yes, and the forest is green. I'm no expert, but that's not really camouflage. The only time we're camouflage is when the forest is on fire.
Which is, not ideal.
It is not ideal, no. So we do the panto, and we've been lucky enough to be there. This is our 9th year at the Palladium. Me, Julian, and Nigel.
Yes. So, and you've become very. I mean, as a crew and a cast, you've become very close.
From it. I can't multitask.
No. But you've become very close. And did you lose your voice one year?
Yes.
Which is not ideal.
It's not ideal when you're a ventriloquist or performing in a pantomime generally when you're doing 2 shows a day. And so Nigel and I share a dressing room, and we're the best of friends. I've known him for a very long time. And I lost my voice, and they said, we'll get you a doctor. And so towards the end of the matinee, the voice was going. Oh. And in between the break, they gave me a doctor, and the doctor gave me an injection. Gave me an injection in the backside.
Into your bum.
And so I was literally, I was bent over my little dressing table with my pants down, and there's a bloke injecting this big syringe into my right buttock, and Nigel walks in and goes, oh, I've seen everything. And the most amazing thing is, right before the second show, my voice started to come back.
Oh, that's brilliant.
So I don't know how it works. You get a shot down there.
And it works up there.
Doesn't Nigel also serve martinis too?
He does. He makes the best.
Might that have been one of the reasons you were losing your voice?
No,
or it came back?
I think it made it better.
He makes the best dry martini, vodka martini.
Of course, you'd expect nothing less.
Exactly.
It's lovely to see you.
Thank
you for bringing the friends in as well. It's
a pleasure.
Tickets for Paul's tour, Jaw Drop, are out now, and you can see Paul in Robin Hood at the Palladium from December 7th. I'm booking tickets.
Congratulations on the wedding as well, by the way. I had a chance to say well done.
I'm married.
You're married.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.
Because our next guest burst onto the comedy scene in 2009 and quickly became a household name with her beloved sitcom, Miranda.
For the last decade, she has taken herself out of the spotlight following a private health battle.
But it's not all doom and gloom, no, it's not. As the star announced, she's recently married the love of her life at the age of 51.
And newlywed is with us now. Congratulations!
Oh, congratulations. So happy for you.
I can do all that.
You put a ring on it?
Yeah.
No, you can't do that now because you're not single.
Oh, yeah.
You're not a single lady?
Okay, fine.
But you can go like that.
It's quite fun. No one really cares, but you just go...
You do care. Congratulations.
Oh, look at you holding my book up.
Look at
Thanks.
it.
Yeah.
That's the money shot.
It's like jazz hand moment with it, isn't it? I like that. Thanks.
How did it feel when you actually saw it for the first time? It was like, oh, my gosh.
Quite emotional, actually.
Really?
Well, just because the story is, you know, a decade of not all fun.
Yeah.
So it was like there was my difficult time in a book as well, and just to have done the research for it. So, yeah, I had a little weep.
When did you decide to put pen to paper about the last decade?
Well, I started researching for myself to start with when I didn't get a diagnosis and felt rubbish and couldn't work anymore. I collapsed on the floor with fatigue and just wasn't getting any answers. So I thought, OK, I need to research and go, there's this whole wellbeing industry out there. What is actually true? What is science? What could actually help me feel
Did you find the
better?
answers?
I feel like I found the answers, not necessarily to recovery from disease. I'm not saying that, gosh, no, but to live with chronic illness. And I just needed to know how to do the next 10 minutes, basically.
Yeah.
And so I couldn't go, I couldn't do an ice plunge. I couldn't go to a chalet break in Norway and have hashtag self-care weekend. So I was like, what are the treasures? What are the keys? And so once I researched that for myself, I felt like I can't not share this.
Yeah.
So I did in my book, what's out now.
So how long did it take to write it, and when did you...
Well, years, really. The research took a good 6-7 years. And then when I got my diagnosis a few years ago, I then sort of amended my story a bit. And then I met my now husband and thought, I've got to put a little bit of the love story in it. So it just sort of took a while.
Yeah.
So just let's go back a little bit and remind me of the diagnosis, because, I mean, it was probably about the age of 15 when you felt like something infected you.
Yeah. I got a bug that felt like flu when I was about 14, 15, when I lived in America. My father was working out there. And then since then, I just never felt well. I joined the dots now, but I never felt well since I was about 15. I had really weird neurological symptoms. I felt dizzy, sort of double vision, just loads of really weird things. Just felt like I had flu all the time. Yeah. And then over a lifetime, when we all experience difficulties and then we get ill, even a cold, my immune system just couldn't cope with it. I was just more and more and more run down. And each day was like wading through treacle. So eventually I found out that it would have been Lyme disease that I got then, but it was just not an acute version of it. And so it was reactivated constantly in the body. Any other virus I got just accumulated. My immune system was disordered. So you then end up with a kind of ME picture, a fatigue-based condition.
Which is hard enough when you are just on a day-to-day basis. But when suddenly you write the sitcom and you hit gold and you're working every day, the God sends, that must have been so debilitating, because like you've got to get out of bed every day and do it, right? And then it's not just filming it, you've got to write it, then they've got a pressure to promoting it, and then all the other opportunities come when it's a success.
Yeah, by then, I mean, sort of sadly in a way, I kind of got used to getting up, feeling rough and just going, just got to keep going, because no one was saying what was wrong or how to manage it. So I was used to being really strong and brave and just keeping it to myself and keeping going. But the sadness for me was that looking back, I didn't really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like I'd often be in rehearsals and I'd look at a glass of water and think, I can't find the energy to get my arm to lift. That's what fatigue is like, which I share not for sort of self-pity or woe is me at all, but just for all the millions, sadly, living with fatigue-based conditions. Because we all get tired, right? So when you say fatigue, you think, no, it's literally I don't know how to move. So I felt sad couldn't really enjoy it. But I managed it all right.
Did you talk about it to anybody?
Not
Did your
really.
friends and family know?
No, because when you're sort of just keeping on, which I think so many of us do with long-term conditions, whether that's a difficult relationship, whether it's whatever, you feel like you get into that, I suppose, quite English way of I mustn't keep complaining, or you don't know how to ask for help as well, because you don't know what you're asking for help for.
Yeah.
And if you say to someone, I don't feel like I can pick up my glass, you think you're going to sound like a diva, or they're going to like, you what? Just have a drink, love.
Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it?
So you get stuck,
Because the dial has shifted so much with so many things in the last 10, 15 years, you know, on the right side of progress. You don't feel like this is particularly talked about even now. You know, this is a very valuable book in many ways.
Oh, thanks.
And just to have the conversation, because there must be so many people out there
Yeah, and also I think it applies... I mean, obviously what I went through was a chronic illness, but I think it applies... I've had loads of friends saying to me, gosh, this really resonates. There's little things like how often we say sorry and how all these little things, micro things that are exhausting, or just what vulnerability actually is. I thought I was quite good at vulnerable because, you know, I was a silly creative and kind of happy to fart in public, whatever. Isn't that being vulnerable? Turns out that's part of me, but I was terrible at asking for help.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how to do it. I was like brought up with you're independent and strong, you do it yourself, you want a job done, get it done yourself, you know, all that sort of thing. So learning to be really fragile and go, oh, that is part of what being a human is. Also, I still think we're not brilliant at
No.
Yeah.
Also,
and
who,
so that's
who to
really-
ask as well, right?
Who to ask, who's your trusted people, how many... I was then a terrible oversharer. I'd then tell everyone, go, no, that's not right. So it took a lot of... So that's sort of what the book is, was how to be more honestly myself. So I can be the comedian and the silly one and the oversharer and the windbreaker.
Yeah.
But now I can now I can also be vulnerable and honest and have a little weep and go, actually, do you know, I'm just a really highly sensitive person. I need this much sleep. I don't like socialising very often. This is me.
Yeah.
And it feels amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so happy for you, honestly. And the fact that you are so vulnerable in the book is going to help so many people. But that is thanks to Selena Gomez, isn't it, a little bit? The fact that she shared...
Well, so it's mainly about me.
It's her to thank, though, isn't it?
Well, I went through a moment of going, I don't think I can put that, I just don't feel strong enough to be vulnerable to put that out there. Does anyone really want this? But is it going to help? I had a real wobble. Watched Selena's documentary, and she's been through so much, and obviously a fame at such a young age and all her health problems. And her documentary, I was just like, I was weeping going, I feel heard. So if one person can read it and go, I've felt fatigued since I was 15 too, then...
And before we let you go, you're watching Strictly. How's she doing, Sarah?
Oh, my God, I'm obsessed, my friend.
I'm loving all the advice you're giving her.
Yeah, I'm head choreographer. Vito has given in and realises that he needs to listen to me.
Of
So I'm head choreographer.
You do a Monday morning routine.
I'm also
with
not
them.
doing a book tour. I'm campaign trail. Come on, Hadders.
Come on, Hadders.
She actually gave you some advice for being on this morning. So here's Sarah with a little bit of advice. Here you go.
Hi, Miranda. We want to thank you so much for all your advice and all your tips.
However, now you're on this morning, and we've just done it now, and I'm just going to give you this really heartfelt advice.
Yeah.
Just be yourself.
Because you are amazing.
Be yourself.
Be yourself, and we love you.
Be yourself.
Be yourself,
Very
Miranda.
frank, I mean, they ran that home, didn't they? I think they got stuck on be yourself. Yeah, well, that's what the book is. It's how to honestly be yourself.
Well, there is the book. I haven't been entirely honest with you. But what I want to know is, what have you done today to make you feel proud?
Loving your work.
You wrote a book.
Yeah, I done a book.
It's quite a lot.
And sat here and chatted to you, which is a great privilege.
Thanks, Miranda.
Now, you are staying for the phone-in, aren't you, Miranda?
Well, I'm staying for anything you want.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.
I Kill You starts this Sunday at 9 p.m. on ITV1 and ITVX.
Yeah, and Anna Martin joins us live in the studio to tell us more and have a chat about other stuff, because it's pretty...
There's a lot to talk about today, isn't there?
This is dark, isn't it? This is a terrifying true story.
Yeah. What happened to Dia was terrible.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the storyline.
Well, it's based on a book she wrote called Living with a Serial Killer, and she got involved with this guy called John Sweeney. And Delia is... It's hard to talk about Delia. I feel rude talking about another person, but I guess you could say she was sort of anti-establishment, and she felt John was too. And then it sort of all went awry, and he attacked her twice, and after the first time he was bailed, and he came back and she sustained a really terrible attack. And then the story goes on. I don't want to sort of, you know, people can either watch it or not, give too much away, but it's about her journey through the criminal justice system and the failings of the police and what it looks like to be a victim if you're not a conventional person and how you're dealt with, really.
So did she know about his history as she got together with him? Or...
Yeah, sort of after the first attack, it sort of all came out. She
Right.
put the pieces together, and then she went to the police with what she had, and they didn't really take her very seriously.
As an actress, Anna, how do you...
Loose term.
How do you go about doing something like this? Do you feel pressure doing it because it's somebody real, or do you feel, I don't really want to get to know that real person, I just want to stand back and look at, like, interviews and things like that? How do you approach something like this?
There's only pressure in that you don't want to be disrespectful and get it wrong. So you have to be quite sort of diligent in your work. You can't be lazy and say, well, I'll phone it in on the day.
I'll YOLO it.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to, otherwise you wouldn't be doing your job. But with Delia, there was lots of footage of Delia because Nick, who very brilliantly wrote our script, had taken lots of footage of her, him chatting to her. So I studied that. I didn't meet Delia until she did a set visit. She visited the set when we were filming.
Yeah. I mean, you're so good at your job, but someone that like wears your craft very lightly on your shoulders, does a different responsibility come from doing something that's a real life story? Do you know what I mean? Or can you finish and go home at the end of the day and go, OK, I'll compartmentalise it and just live a normal life again?
I can definitely finish the work and go home and have a gin and tonic because it's not my life, it's not my story. And I think to wear it heavier than that would be to say you are walking in someone's shoes and you're not. Delia suffered terribly. She has gone on to thrive in her life, and that's to be admired.
Yeah.
And but if I were to say, it makes me feel uncomfortable because if I have to say it affected me, it affected Delia. It happened to Delia. It didn't happen to
Sean
me.
Evans is good, isn't he, as well?
Sean is so good. Sean is so
He's
good.
such a good
Who
actor,
thought that was in Sean? Little, lovely, mild-mannered Sean.
Is he? Is he a lovely
But
guy?
actually, no, he's evil in real life.
Terrible man in real life.
No, he's absolutely lovely, and he's quite frightening, isn't he?
Yeah.
Did you have fun on set? I know you've got a serious issue doing it, but did you have a good laugh? Did you have fun?
Do you know, we did that set, the flat, there's lots of big beanbag cushions, and I did roll around on those a lot with Sean.
Did you?
I'm not sure if you're allowed. I don't think that's appropriate anymore, but that's what we were doing a lot of the time.
I mean, such a difference.
You've got to relax, haven't
It's
you?
such a difference to DCS Carmichael, isn't it?
It's funny you struggle to say that because I struggle
Do you
to
struggle?
say... Yes.
What?
And on the show, when I have to
DCS.
announce myself, I think, what is it? What is she?
She's a DCS.
Sometimes I think, what does it stand for?
Did you ever go back and go, do we have to call her this? Can we just not call her something else?
What does it stand for? Detective Constable?
No, what is she? Come on.
Detective.
DCS.
You know, line of duty.
Detective Chief
Constable.
Superintendent.
Oh, yeah, she's the top.
She's like properly at the top, isn't she?
Are you a bit like, you'll get the script and then it's like out of your head as soon as you're finished? Are you done?
Yeah, and do you know what's so much more weird is when you do a play for weeks and weeks and weeks, the next day you just can't remember any of it. It's so
what I
odd.
love about her is you're lovely and she's horrible, and she must be such a fun part for you to play.
Who, Pat? Is there a picture of her? Oh, yeah.
Oh, look at her.
Yeah, I
you
love
call her
Pat.
Pat.
She was absolutely hated,
Oh,
weren't she?
I love Pat. Look at her. I love Pat. I'd do that again in a heartbeat, that part. I absolutely had a laugh.
And it doesn't bother you, the fact that people never liked her, because she's the character, isn't she?
Yeah, they didn't like her, but, you know, good. I don't know what to say about
I think we
that.
forget also, what I loved about Line of Duty was they always had, like, there was one actor that come in, would parachute in for per series, wasn't it? And you obviously got to know the central cast so well, but then, you know, whether it's you or Lenny...
Fundiwe was brilliant.
Yeah,
they did that all along, yeah.
Jason Watkins was great. And Nick Grayson
Jason was brilliant, yeah. It was
That
just
must have
such a
been-
good show.
That must have been fun. You almost like come in with just like, not necessarily no pressure, but come and just like and have fun with it.
Well, I didn't feel pressure because I felt so lucky. Some jobs you just think, oh, my God, I feel so lucky to be here. I would have made a cup of tea in the back of shot. I just felt really lucky to be there. So I didn't feel pressure. I thought, yippee.
Yeah. Did you feel that when you was doing Motherland? Because honestly,
Yeah, I did.
I can't actually watch it because it gives me anxiety.
Yes.
It's funny, but it like reminded me of when I was like when I had younger kids.
Yeah.
It's a lot. Did you enjoy doing it though?
Yeah, because we love each other. Me and Di were at the theatre the other night seeing Paul. He's in a play at the moment. You can't go anywhere with Diane, I tell you.
Why?
She's like a beacon. She is a beacon. You go in and they're like, Diane. I'm like, Diane, put a hat on.
Really?
It's
Welcome to my world.
Yeah, but you love it. You love it. I draw them in and then you can chat to them.
Yeah. No, I loved the whole cast so much. We had such a good time. Yeah.
Is Anna like anything like that character at all, Julia?
I always go no, and then everyone's like, God.
I think everyone is like Julia. I think any parent, everyone's got tiny bits of Julia in them.
Everyone's got Julia in them. The stress.
Yeah.
The lividness,
and also the busking.
the anger.
And also what always made me laugh was her husband was always off just like doing his own thing and you were always holding the fort.
Yeah.
So I definitely think there's elements of Julia in it. Like, everyone has one day of Julia. Like, when there was that great episode when he was away on a canal boat on a stag or something and his parents turned up and the stress of them wanting a sandwich. And me and my wife, we talk about this all the time. It's like, I don't want... Just the heel. Just the heel. You know, it's always... That was what's so clever about the show for me. It was a tiny little... Is it going to
come back, do you think? Is it going to return?
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, obviously, there's... brilliant Amandaland coming with Lucy and Phil, so I'm really pleased about that. So maybe that will sort of fill the hole that it's left and people will feel, and, you know, I'm sure that will do really, really well. And I'm really glad the girls have got that show, so that's nice, yeah.
And obviously you're going to be in Smart TV with me.
Oh, yes.
Sky Television. She's like that. What are you talking about?
I just like to be with Alison all the time.
Until I Kill You starts this Sunday on the 3rd of November, 9 p.m. on ITV and ITVX. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I wanted to talk about the ghost segment.
Hey, Pete and Evie to join us now. Morning, guys.
Morning.
Pete, you're just happy not to be in a choreographic studio or a dance studio right now. Just like...
Just have a break.
Yeah.
Relax,
I
Pete.
mean, she's had me in the corridor trying to do stuff.
Really?
There is never a break.
Does she do it all the time?
All the time.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah.
I've got to say, congratulations for Saturday night, because that's your highest score, 31 points. So good. I mean, do you even listen to the judges? Because, like, I take it with a pinch of salt, really. I mean, Craig, the way he cussed your samba, that was a bit out of order. But do you actually listen to them, or are you just in your own little world?
I'm kind of in my own little world. We're in a bit of a bubble when we dance.
Is it a love bubble?
It's not a love bubble, unfortunately.
It's a platonic
I mean, you came in early. That was about 30 seconds before you went in for it.
I was straight in there.
Straight in there. No, it's not a love bubble. I mean, we have great chemistry because we've become such good friends. Like, she's one of the most amazing people I've ever met, genuinely. Not just in the dancing side of things, but outside of that. And I think that helps us with the whole dancing thing. But
has it been annoying, all this love rumours and things like that?
Yeah, it's always the same. Like, I'm used to it. Like, you know, 10 years, that's all anyone is ever really interested in is that side of stuff. But we don't really listen to all that. It doesn't matter.
The thing is, your best
exactly,
friend,
we're not like that.
It's not,
but it's not our fault. It's Sam's fault. Sam comes on and just goes, "Oh no, he's totally in love," and he's bouncing off the walls. You know it.
That's what he said.
I blame Sam for most things that happen in my life. So there's no surprise there either. But no, it's not like that. We've become such great friends, and that really helps us with the whole dancing side of stuff.
What has he been like so far as a student? Because you know you can. When you first start, I imagine you never really know what they're going to be like in terms of their aptitude and how keen they are and how willing and how able they are to pick up what you're teaching them.
Petey's an amazing student, and like he always says that he's kind of a geek, and he actually is. He really wants to get everything right. He has his own notebook. He writes down all our routines, every step, and he's working really hard. I believe that sometimes I say, Pete, it's enough, and he's like, no, one more time, one more time, one more time.
So he's pushing himself even more than what you would?
Yeah, he is.
Wow.
Because he really wants to do well, and I think it reflects on every Saturday night that he's just getting better and better every week. And what I'm so happy and pleased that he now starts to actually involve his emotions and to do it from his heart.
Yeah.
So it's not just pure logic.
Just the steps.
What is always for Pete is pure logic. He needs to be logistic, right? And
Is that when you know it's working? When someone stops thinking about it and they just start, they know it and they just
I
start
think you
dancing
go
from the
on
heart.
another level,
Yeah.
you know, of the performance. If you stop thinking about the steps and you just dance with another person, that's when you get to another level. And I think we achieved that since week 5 on the rumba.
What is it this week? Week 7?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's how far you've got.
I've already done 7 weeks.
No, it was the rumba that Craig had, he didn't like your rumba, did he?
Well, it was illegal, Alison, it was illegal.
I'm sorry, but can we...
What was illegal about it?
So the lifts were illegal, but listen...
Because you took 2 feet off the ground, is that what it is?
Yeah, but the problem
it
is...
looked good.
It looked good, but the problem is, look at me.
I mean, yeah, she can't even put her feet on the ground on a sofa.
I can't even reach the feet to the floor right now. So
I'm at a disadvantage because I'm dancing with a borrower.
Yeah.
So it's a lot harder for me than it is for other people.
But I'll take it on me. I'll take it on. Honestly, like, we both decided that we're just going to do it.
Just enjoy it.
And that's it. And because we really like that movement, I think it was just so beautiful in the routine. So we didn't want to let go of that.
Also, I'm obviously not a great dancer and not as good as, a lot of the other people in it. So
Don't put yourself down, Bob.
Well, we try and do things that are, like, entertaining for people and just make it, like, a whole nice thing.
Yeah, but you still do technical stuff.
Yeah.
I was waiting for you to jump in. It took a while.
Didn't want to disturb you.
Tell me something. What was the reason you got involved? 'Cause I know Zara had something to do with that. Did she encourage you to, make that step?
I'd never seen the show. I've still not watched it.
Really?
The only time I've seen it was when Zara was on it. I went to the first live show, and all I could think about was it's very long because there was 50
And they
people
take your
dancing.
phone off you, don't they? They take your phone off, yeah.
But everyone else wanted me to do it, and I'm in a stage now, I think the last couple of years, where it's in for a penny, in for a pound.
Yeah.
I've never done it. It's a life experience. When I'm 80 years old, I'm going to be telling people that I once did this, and that, I think, is where I'm at in my life, is just making memories and stuff that you would never get a chance to do. I'm so blessed to do some of the
You
things
might
that
be
I
telling
do.
your grandkids that you're actually won.
Why is that, Pete? Was it just getting older, or?
Yeah, I think it's getting older, and, like, I lost someone a couple of years ago, and it just makes you kind of think, life's too short.
Refocuses, doesn't it?
Yeah, you take every opportunity, you start reflecting on stuff and think, memories that's all you've got. All the materialistic stuff you leave behind, but the only thing you can carry with you and people can't take away from you are memories. So that's what I'm doing, trying to make some memories.
Because you didn't know what it was going to be like, what shocked you the most? Is it how hard you have to work?
Yeah, I knew it was going to be intense, but I didn't realise that it was going to be more mentally draining than physically, because I'm not a dancer, so the concentration it takes me to even move in a way that a dancer would is just unbelievable. It consumes everything you do. Even when you leave the rehearsal room, you go home and I'm sat there and I'm Googling stuff and I'm reading through notes and I'm doing whatever else because I hate being bad at things. Yeah. So, but on the plus side of that, how lucky am I to get to learn from, like, a world-class professional at anything? Like, the talent that Yvita's got and the rest of the dancers got, like, it's genuinely amazing. Like, you literally sit and watch them in awe, just like, how can you do that?
Everyone I've met, obviously there's certain exceptions, but everyone I've met just says it's the most life-affirming thing they've ever done.
Yeah, well, that's why I keep saying to you, you need to do it.
But you'd be great.
I think he'd be brilliant. He absolutely loves it. Have you got any news on Amy? Because I know she had to leave this weekend,
Yeah,
didn't she?
unfortunately, she won't perform this week with us, and we all got it. But, her health is the most important thing, and she's taken care of right now by the team. And we all sending her all our loves, and we hope she will just get better soon and she will come back to us.
Yeah, we hope so too.
And this week's Icons Week, what have you got in store?
Are you going to be Freddie Mercury?
Yeah, I've gone for the icon of icons. You know what I mean? Freddie Mercury.
I mean, that's a big icon.
Yeah, it's a big icon. We have got, the dance as well. We're doing salsa. I'm not overly keen on the Latin ones.
Why?
My hips are uncontrollable, Alison.
They do not lie.
The hips don't
they're
lie.
uncontrollable.
You've known me for a long time. It's it's a struggle to get them in check. But we've also, like, salsa, it's loads of lifts, and she's the queen of lifts. So I'm throwing around like a rag doll this week.
You're Freddie. What are you, Brian May? What's going on?
She's.
Well, we had a
Amazing.
conversation.
No.
We had a conversation about that, and I'm just gonna be a groupie.
Yeah.
We're just gonna stick on that one, because I think the hair will get lost in the trick.
Yeah. It's going to be. It's the toughest week for me so far.
Good luck,
far,
guys.
Because it's going to be wild.
Yeah, good luck. We're so excited.
Thank
Evita and...
Hi,
everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning. Will and Ralph join us now. Good morning to both of you. Welcome to the
morning.
sofa.
Thank you.
So good.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about it, because this was you two, as I see it, a little bit more stripped back, wasn't it?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Sometimes literally, yes.
yeah, literally,
so.
yeah. We wanted to do something like this for a long time, and, you know, it's about timing when we're both available, because obviously I do different things.
We're both very successful. We're both very busy. What are you talking about?
Very busy people.
What are you talking? Most of the time we're sitting at home hoping for a job.
Yeah, we begged them, and Dave said yes to our own series.
We said we'd pay them to let us do it.
So we go around the country, find ourselves in situations we wouldn't normally be in, and it's called Will and Ralph Should Know Better, and it's what we can learn, how we cope with the situation we're in. Every episode's got a different story to it, so strength, or we lived off grid, didn't we? Went and met people who live a different life, and yeah, it's about us testing ourselves at this middle age now and seeing how we get on.
And that's the thing. There's a subtext to this, which is really nice, which is the two of you go off on a road trip, like oldest friends. You've got a lot of stories to share and experiences to share. But actually, what comes out of it is the stories about growing into middle age together and stuff that you haven't talked about all your lives.
Well, it's twofold, really. Yes, it's exactly that. Suddenly, I'm 44. I won't do my usual joke. He's 48.
He usually says he's 56.
I love the fact they never look at each other when they're talking.
I knew what was coming.
But yeah, he's 48. Like we feel. Neither of us feel particularly old, but we're unarguably middle-aged men now. But so there's that sort of what does that mean for us? But also, you add to that the fact that we knew each other and became known to people when I was 22 and he was 26 in a very, you know, we were lads, we were young lads in a very plain laddie lads in a kind of laddie show, written by a woman, but a laddie kind of show.
Yeah.
The world was kind of a bit of a more laddie place back in 2002, and the world's changed, and so have we. It was like, what does that mean? How does it mean for us to get older and sort of represent that?
I wanted to test myself as well. Do you know, like when you get to, you just got to go on adventures and see how you cope, because we're very different, and that's why it works. How we come out of situations and how we approach situations is very different.
I mean, there's a lot of laughs because we make each other laugh a lot. But I think one of the things I look back at now and that I'm really proud of is we honestly really didn't know what was going to happen. And the thing that we both agreed on before we went on it was just to go, nothing's off the table. Nothing's off. We'll talk about anything. Anything that comes up, we just go with it. And it's very unguarded.
It's quite freeing, isn't it, when you get that opportunity to say, listen, I'm OK with you knowing everything that I'm good, and sharing that with everybody. It's a different thing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I mean, especially when we're on stage with the Dream Boys. I mean,
we were sharing everything with them.
I'd say the biggest mistake I made about being on stage with the Dream Boys was inviting my wife, because she suddenly realised she's got some regular old crackers. And because she's like,
yeah, but you've got the moves, though, haven't you? You've got the moves.
Listen, the problem is, I thought we just danced. I didn't know they got the willies out.
He said this to me on camera. He goes, so we're dancing with the Dream Boys. And I was like, so basically you've signed me up tonight because I was getting fully naked. He goes, we don't get fully naked, do we? And I'm like, yes! Why have you agreed to this?
You go all the way, then?
Yeah,
well done, lads. Yeah. Was it liberating? How did you feel at the end of it?
I think it was cold in that theatre. I want anyone who feels disappointed by what they saw. Just like, there are many excuses as far as I'm concerned. That's all I'm saying.
We had 3 hours to learn the routine, and we were on stage in front of 2,000 women, and it was...
And they were up for it. They were up for it.
Quite scary, isn't it?
How did you find visiting Man Camp? Tell us what Man Camp is.
Man Camp
took a turn, didn't it?
Yeah, Man Camp is a place, again, where we didn't know much about it, and it's a thing, every part of this journey, we're doing something that really we're unfamiliar with, and the Man Camp is a place where they encourage men to go and talk about anything, their feelings or any emotions that they probably push down, and they don't open themselves up, and we were dreading it. It was like, oh, we don't want to go.
I don't... do you agree? Me, certainly, personally, I was, you know, the Dream Boys, it's like, oh, here we go, but, like, whatever, throw yourself into it. I would rather have skydived out of a helicopter. I had to do anything. But for me, going into this Man Camp and just going, right, look at each other in the eyes, talk about feelings, talk about... And we probably, if we're honest, both approached it with a bit of like, here we go, we're just making a TV show, a bit of cynicism, and we were both very taken aback by how affecting it was. And
it made me ask
it's
a
all
question.
there on camera.
I had to speak to a stranger in front of me and said, can you tell this person in front of you the last time your heart was broken? And I started talking, and from nowhere, I just burst out crying. And all these emotions, because I'd lost my dad, and I didn't know this was going to come out, and all this stuff came out of me, and I couldn't stop it.
You didn't expect that.
And I felt so weak at the time. I was like, well, where's all this come from? And I didn't realise how much I was holding on to. And I suppose that's what their job is, to unlock the door that you didn't know needed opening. And it was tough. It was tough. And I'm taking that with me now, and I'm actually going to start talking to somebody, because obviously I'm holding on to stuff that I didn't know about.
I think that's why it's an important bit of telly, lads, because people can watch this and like I can definitely resonate with your emotions and your feelings, and I think a lot of middle-aged men will, because we don't talk about things, and just someone going on television saying talk about it.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
It doesn't really work for me. So watching someone else experience it may well do.
We want to, when we talk about it and we want people to watch it, we want to be clear, like, it's very funny.
It's more funny than anything else.
There's a lot of laughs.
But it is a proper journey.
But honestly, in terms of the responses I've had, and we've both had on social media, I've had some of the most beautiful messages about any job I've ever done. And loads of people going, I watched your show and it really made me realise I need to face up to this or deal with this or talk about this or open up. And I guess that thing I said about us being lads in 2002 and whatever, you might not have expected it from us. Frankly, we didn't expect it.
We didn't know.
So it's all kind of there. It was all a surprise to us.
But that's why it works.
It feels like it's been really resonant.
If you set out to find
we didn't want to go out.
Work.
Exactly.
And we want to encourage people to get out and do stuff. And we're sort of going, we're going out, we're doing this. We don't know how we're going to react, but we'll show you how we do react. And hopefully it resonates with people in different ways.
I bet this is the longest you've ever spent with each other. And you've known each other for 20 years, but is this the longest you've spent together?
Well, we're in the car all day, every day.
It's an interesting question because
filming.
we've actually spent loads of time together when we've been away filming.
Yeah.
But it was when we were younger and we were very different. But we actually say it in the show that we've known each other 20 years, but we didn't really know anything about each other. We knew like banter and laughs and what's Man United doing and whatever, and we'd all have a laugh. But actually, who we were as people didn't really know anything about each other, which is. Because,
such a guy thing, that, though.
Yeah, but it is a very man thing, and I particularly, you can know me for 20 years and know nothing about me. I've always been, so Will talked about what happened with him, but to me as well, I had this sort of experience where I was like, yeah, it's okay to kind of just be a little bit more open, and it was kind of profound.
We cried laughing a lot of the times through this series.
Really?
So it's just been an amazing journey. And
Will getting any mud on him is one of my favourite things I've ever said. Like, it's the funniest thing, honestly.
Really?
And he shrieks.
Yeah, he's
he's like, and it's honestly, and it makes me howl with laughter.
We did an episode about ageing, and I went to this place, where they can look at your face and say, "So, how old do you think we are?" Well, this woman said I was 54. He's like, and she put a derma roller on my face, needles on a roller. Where'd you get your casualty?
He was so earnest with us. It's like, so maybe a bit of Botox. A lot of men are doing this now. And he said to her, he said, just look at me and just be honest. If you look at my face, how old do you think I am? She went, judging by your face now. 54. That was it. It was one of the best moments of my life.
She probably thought 56, but I'm doing my
being polite.
Thank you, Jen. Stream all episodes of Will and Ralph. You should know better. Free on you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us on.
Thanks, guys.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
I was cry for help. I was really.
That's my favourite song.
Looking forward to
yeah, me too.
Well, you can sing it for us now.
Yeah.
A re-edit later.
Rick Astley joins us now. The book is out. It's called Never. It's the autobiography. Why now did you decide to write this?
It's a lot of things, to be honest. I'm getting on a bit, and I'm going to forget it all soon, I think, and that's truthful, actually. But also, I wanted to be really honest about the way I was brought up. And my mum and dad passed away in the last few years. They were separated and divorced when I was like 4, and I'm the youngest of 4 kids. And I just felt that what happened in our household, I think, formed who I was, obviously, as it does with all of us. But it's kind of what made me want to be a singer and want to perform and want to be on a stage, I think. It was more my upbringing than just the love of music, I think.
Yeah. So the fact that they passed on, you felt more comfortable.
I could be totally honest about it.
To be honest about it.
Yeah, because I wanted to be kind of brutally honest a little bit, and I didn't really want them to have to kind of go through that and chat that over with the neighbours. You know what I mean? So
fair enough.
Yeah, so I think it's been obviously that is a massive crucial point in anyone's life when your mum and dad have finally gone.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to be super honest about it. They absolutely loved us. There's no doubt about it. But it was quite an unusual upbringing.
Because you were brought up by your dad.
Yeah.
And like you said, he was a tough dad, but a loving dad at the same time.
Yeah, he loved us, there's no doubt about it, but he just couldn't control himself. And I think from being 4, 5 and 6, being really young, you don't really want to be around the dad figure in your life, or the mum figure for that matter. If their mood swings are so massive, it really, really affects you, I think. And obviously it did me. And even to this day, I still think there are triggers that I have, and I've just learnt to control it. And I was super lucky in my late 20s when I'd packed in all the pop nonsense, I got to go and do therapy, and I think a lot of people would obviously benefit from that, but I got to do that, And I think.
And was it helpful that?
Yeah, it
that
was,
time?
and it was helpful with that 4 or 5 year career that I had, where I didn't really understand what the washing machine I'd just been through. It was mad, and so I think all in all, it was an amazing thing. And obviously, I would, if anybody gets to have a chance to do therapy, I would say do it. 'Cause,
Yeah.
we probably all need a bit.
I mean, your story is kind of unbelievable, really, because you had the, to all intents and purposes, you had the world at your feet. You're absolutely, you hit the road at 21. You're doing so well. You decide to walk away at 27.
Yeah, I mean, I probably wasn't at the peak of everything at that point.
Yeah.
It was probably touch and go whether I was going to keep a career.
Yeah, but you weren't holding on to it. You weren't clinging for it.
I wasn't desperate to hang on to it, no. The kind of fateful day when it really kind of came home to roost was I was going to America to do a big TV show in New York, and I developed a fear of flying. I didn't want to get on planes anymore, which is hard to be an international pop star if you won't fly.
What had happened? Did something happen?
I mean, there's a lot of things. Our daughter had been born at that point, she was 2. I just didn't want to do it anymore, I don't think.
You're
and
right.
I think, in a way, I replaced that thing of fame and all of those things that I thought were going to help me, fix me, if you want to say that, with my own family. And I thought, well, I've done that. I want to be at home then.
Yeah.
And I know that makes me out to be super dad. I wasn't super dad in any way, shape or form. She's 32, our daughter now. But I was there.
Yeah.
I was home. And most people never get that chance, So I was
It's
super
really
lucky.
brave at the age of 27. It's so young to decide, you know what, I'm retiring from this. You had all the money, you had the fame, you had everything to just go, do you know what, that's enough.
But
now.
I also think, you mentioned money, I think that was a luxury that I had. That's freedom, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's what money is. And I think as much as, I loved being, on a stage and singing songs and having a career in music, it also kind of sometimes appeared that it was just like this nonsense sort of world I'd sort of got myself into. It didn't make any sense anymore because I hadn't done any growing. I'd been from like a teenager in bands at school and after school and all the rest of it, and then kind of got into this situation where it blew up and off it goes. But it's like, after 4 or 5 years of it, you suddenly realise, well, is this what I really, really want? And now I've got the balance, I think. I've got the balance of best of both worlds.
Well, you get to perform, don't you? You get to do what you love.
Yeah.
What brought it back, Rick? What was the moment?
I guess it was a number of things. One of the main things was that my wife and daughter wanted to go to Japan. So I'd get different offers about going singing in different, and when the one from Japan came, they went, we're going, we're going.
Whether you like it or not.
Yeah, and I think actually going singing the old songs again in front of an actual audience rather than at a friend's wedding was just such an amazing thing. And it made me think, but it also, I wasn't there to promote anything.
Yeah.
I wasn't there to do the, and I think it's just a different thing, I think, the experience of playing live. That's where the absolute joy is, I think. You must have heard that from every artist you've spoken to. That's the moment of like, right, this is my little world, and you just go and enjoy it.
Can we rewind a little bit? Because I didn't realise that you actually used to live with Pete Waterman. Is that?
I did for a while, yeah.
Oh my
goodness.
Yeah,
when the guys, Stock Aitken Waterman, when they signed me, it was just before they blew up, and they had the first record, number one, another number one, just kept doing it. So even though they'd signed me, they didn't really have the time to focus on some kid from up north who they didn't really know much about. They wanted to focus on these big artists that they were having massive records with. So Waterman said, we've got to get him down. So they invited me to come down to London. I ended up making tea and getting the sandwiches in the studio, and then thought, well, where's he going to live? And then Waterman said, it's fine, he'll live with me. So it was amazing. I mean, we were all on those big phones before. Pete would be on one of those phones. Driving into I think you could drive on the phone by then in the car. Not anymore, everybody. He would just be kind of like having the most interesting, amazing conversations with different record labels, different managers, and I just sat there, just kind of like soaking it up.
And was he promoting all of the people he was representing?
Yeah, I mean, he would. I mean, listen, Pete is a force of nature.
It's incredible,
and
isn't
he's a what? Sorry,
it's incredible. Really.
He is, and I do think that he's a bit Marmite for people, I think, and I think he'd say that himself probably. But without him, it wouldn't have happened.
Sure.
There's no doubt about that. The musical talent, I would say, was Matt and Mike in terms of like the musicianship and all of that. But without him and the focus and the direction, it wouldn't have happened. So,
yes, and we've got the tour coming up as well. And I just want to mention, that gig in Glastonbury, because I was side of stage, so we were there for Radio 2. It was unbelievable.
I think you were the first person I actually spoke to after that.
Great moment for me, mate.
No, it was amazing. It was too hard for me to take
my phone. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it was such an amazing day. The whole weekend was incredible. I'd never sung at Glastonbury. I'd never even been to Glastonbury. And we were about to go on at 12 o'clock lunchtime. My wife and I went out there at like 11:30 and there's just no one there. So we're like, OK, we better have a Jaeger because this is going to be the worst.
That's what it's like.
And then they just arrived.
There. It's a great moment, mate.
We've got to mention that you're going to be at the Royal Albert Hall this Christmas. Very exciting about that.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous
Memoir
place.
Never is out now. Swinging Christmas at the Albert Hall this season. Thank you, Rick.
Thank you.
Great to have you.
Thank you so much for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every single day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you in the morning.
As the sold-out reality fan festival is set to cause a housewives hysteria in London tomorrow, 2 real housewife icons, Sutton Strack and Jessel Tank, join us now. Hi, ladies.
Show.
Thank you for having us.
So you come here because of FanFest.
Yes.
Can anybody go to FanFest?
It's ticketed. Yes, it's ticketed, and I think it's sold out. It's sold out.
So no is the answer.
Yes.
No, they can't.
Ruined.
It's done.
Yeah,
sold
you guys
out.
Are, well, we can
But you've got some die-hard fans coming to this.
Yes, I think so. People are DMing me, like, begging for tickets.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Have you got any?
No. I barely got
Really?
it myself.
So what will happen at FanFest? They'll just get to meet everyone and...
Yeah, there's meet and greets. It's a little bit like BravoCon. Yeah.
Yes.
But come to London.
Nice.
And so there's some panels that, I don't know what we're going to be talking about, kind of being housewives. Yeah.
It must be amazing for the fans, though, to get to actually meet you, get to speak to you, see
Yeah.
what you're like. First of all, can I just say, Jessel, you have lost your English accent.
Oh,
haven't you?
my God, that
It
is
has
the
gone.
worst thing you can say. But you know what? I've lived
Look,
half
she's gonna
my
try
life.
that
doing
back.
it. No,
She's
now
being
I'm bringing
British
it back.
now.
Now I'm going to be like, ooh, okay. No, but it's hard to keep up with the English accent in America.
But you've been there for, like, half your life, haven't you?
More than, yeah.
And how are you finding it? Are you settling?
Yeah, oh God, yeah, I've been settled.
Yeah.
And New York sort of sucks you in. It's like it's very much one of those places where if you go, you sort of don't return.
Well, you either love it or you hate it, I think. It's
Yeah, you either love it or you
intoxicating,
hate
isn't
it. I loved it.
And what, is this your first time in London?
No, I lived here for a short time.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Is it nice to be
This
back?
is all-
She's an old hat. Is it nice to be back for you as well? Like,
Oh,
do you
I love London, yeah. Yeah.
So when you're back in London, do you go to all your old haunts? What's the first thing you get to do? What's the first thing you
Indian
do?
food.
Really?
Unparalleled. Like, there is nowhere in the world.
Can't touch it, can you?
Yeah, that's it. Chicken tikka
Especially in
masala.
London.
Exactly, it's the best.
So, hang on, can you get any Indian food, like decent food in New York?
No.
So as soon as you come back here,
First thing I do.
you don't even see your family, like
I
straight
take
to your
my
favourite
family and
restaurant.
like drive me to the restaurant. Like, let's go. Yeah.
Being in a reality TV show, obviously, I've seen both of you, and you've been very vulnerable in the show. What would you say is the most challenging parts of doing a reality TV show?
Oh, well, I mean, I've had some bad times myself. I think that my second season was pretty challenging for me with Crystal.
Yeah.
But I learned a lot from that season. I think that Erica and I had some moments that were pretty challenging because I challenged her. But I loved that I did that, and I don't regret anything about that. But I think every season I learned something about myself, and I've grown a lot in 5 years. I've done this now, I cannot believe, 5 years. And I've grown a lot. If you watch my growth pattern, I started and I was divorced and I just started a business. And now, I keep growing my business stronger and stronger and myself stronger and stronger. I've become a better person and I think a better mother. So I really enjoy it. As hard as it is,
It's good that it's good that it's a positive experience.
Yeah.
It's
It's like the
not
best
short.
type of mirror. But I think to answer your question, it's like it's such a. I mean, you're putting everything out there, and people actually think that they know you. So like
Kind
the
of do
comments.
in a weird way.
Yes, in a way. Yeah. But they're very comfortable in saying exactly what they feel. Like
Yeah.
the opinion,
Really?
the free-flowing. Yeah, it's like, oh, honey, you should have worn that with that. Or like, oh, your husband said that to you. Like, why didn't... it's very personal.
I suppose that's what you say on the show.
Yeah, well, exactly. We set ourselves up for it.
Did you ever think you'd be in it? Like, because it didn't really come up. It came about kind of quite serendipitously for both of you, didn't it? So how did you end up in the show?
I don't know. I don't know.
They turned that one day.
You're an entrepreneur. You've got your business going on.
Right.
You know, you don't need it, do you?
No, God. Sometimes I'm like, why am I not in south of France sipping cocktails and like having fun? Yeah, same. But I was divorced and not doing anything, and really had just opened my store, and it happened simultaneously. So I don't really know. I think had I been married, I would not be doing it. I would not have been allowed to do it.
Yeah.
So the freedom came, and I said, all right, I'm going to try this, and let's see what happens.
In many ways, for you, it's empowering. It has that.
Very empowering. Yes. Yes.
Your own life. That's good.
And
What about you?
I think for me, I mean, they had just rebooted the entire New York franchise. So it was an entirely new cast. I mean, what an amazing opportunity. And I think New York, you know, the previous cast were very sort of, it was like a little bit more of like an Upper East Side, like, you know, microcosm. This cast is so diverse, we're so dynamic, and we're sort of very much like in tune with what New York is today. Such a melting pot. And I was the first South Asian to be cast on the
Which is
show.
lovely.
So it was such a big driving force for me.
So tell me something, how did you find the whole narrative with regards to you being a princess? Because, I mean, I don't feel like you are a princess, but you are a princess. Are you a princess?
I mean, now, but I definitely didn't grow up that way. I think when, you know, there are so many stereotypes about Indians and South Asians in general, with the doctors, the lawyers, like, you know, there's a very, very strong stereotype. And I think when people were looking at me, they were like, oh, she's this, you know, sort of rich girl from London. But that wasn't the case. We didn't grow up that way. I think we worked really hard, like everyone else, to kind of get where we are. So,
what about your British humour? Does that land
it
well?
does. Americans don't get it.
They don't get
I'm
it.
like, what? Like, it's funny. Like, why are you taking it so emotionally?
Banter.
Yes,
Although she seems quite sarky. You've got.
I'm a bit yeah, I get British humour as well, and I think sometimes my humour doesn't land either. But you know, it's called quick wit.
Yeah.
Quick whip.
Yeah.
And I tell you, because everyone always says, oh, the British accent when you go to America, they love it. Your accent's beautiful, isn't it?
Well,
That's got that southern belle.
Thank
Georgia.
you. I am from Augusta, Georgia, yes. So, and it's the same. I think I try to keep my accent. I make sure my mother.
love it.
My mother
great?
will kill me if I lose my accent. She will come and hunt me down to make
don't
sure.
want
No,
have
you
a wonderful
really don't
weekend.
want
Good luck with
my mother to do
FanFest. We're very excited for you.
And you can stream the new seasons of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and, of course, New York on Hey right now. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having us.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.
One of the most successful classical artists of all time.
As Andrea Bocelli celebrates 30 years of music, he's teaming up with a collection of star-studded guests for a special new album.
He is joining us now with one of those incredible artists, actress and pop superstar, Sophia Carson. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning. It's so lovely to have you here, and we're very excited about this new album. Andrea, tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind that album, Duets.
Well, I love very much the voices in general, the beautiful voices, of course. And for this reason, I decided to propose to my audience a new album with all the duets that I did in 30 years.
Wow. Beautiful.
Too many, yeah.
You have There's probably more, and you narrowed them down. So, you have a special film coming out as well to celebrate the 30th anniversary. Tell us about that.
Yes, the movie. It's the movie of the concert that we did in Laiatico with Sofia also.
Yes.
And there are many artists, many moments. Many beautiful songs.
I mean, you can see them there. They're beautiful. Unbelievable. It looks like there's a nice lunch going on as well.
Yeah.
Ed Sheeran's there, I just saw as well. Russell Crowe's there. Sophia, tell us about this. Tell us about getting that phone call.
Oh, that phone call. I received a message from my mom, who's here with us, who is my compass, my head of management, my partner in this journey, and she asked me to call her. I had just landed in New York to film my next film. And over the phone, she said that Andrea Bocelli's team had reached out and that he was inviting me to sing with him, not only to sing Moon River on his next album, but to join him as he celebrates 30 years of his career in a lifetime event this summer in Tuscany. And I was a little girl, Andrea, and I would listen to your music and I would tell my mom, if ever I'm lucky enough, the day that I get to sing with Andrea will be the day that all of my dreams come true. So in that phone call, I think we were processing that extraordinary dream becoming a reality, and it was just so deeply emotional, and I'm so grateful.
Oh, your mum must have been so proud.
Oh, it's been surreal.
And what's it actually like performing next to him, like singing with him? Like, do you get a little bit starstruck?
It's you know, it's
come on.
It actually, you do make it so easy. You make it so easy because the moment we had our first rehearsal the night before the concert, I remember the smile that came to his face as he heard me sing the first note. And he was just so present in every single note, and he lived through the music so beautifully. And it was that beautiful reminder of why we do what we do. It's for our love of music that runs through our veins, and he was just so... It helped me to be so deeply present in that moment. And then he kind of swept me off my feet and we danced together. Do you remember?
Oh, so
Which
lovely.
was so lovely.
Glad he hasn't heard us sing.
Well, you know, I was about to say, I didn't get the phone call that you know, for duets.
What's going on?
I was waiting for the phone call. I don't know if you know, I've got me. I've got a very good voice, Andrea. I don't know why you didn't call.
Next summer. For 31 years.
Sophia, what was that concert like? Were you sort of side of stage watching everyone else as well? I mean, just seeing those clips there, there's so many great singers.
Oh, it was surreal for all of us. Andrea Bocelli is a legend in music and history. You are, Andrea. I know, I'm sorry you were talking about you and you're right here. No. He is. You've signified so much to the world. Okay. And to be there with him is extraordinary, and to be surrounded by the greatest musicians of our time. You know, we had John Batiste there, we have Ed Sheeran, David Foster, Blasio Domingo, all in awe of this man.
Even the Kardashians.
Everyone was there.
They're getting in on it.
But it was fabulous. I mean, you had John backstage singing with Andrea. It was really special.
And Sophia, you collaborated with his son, Andrea's son, Matteo, as well. Are you doing the whole family?
Yes.
What's going on?
Yeah. Me and Matteo released a song last week called If I Knew, a song that's been in the making for almost 5 years. And it's a beautiful duet, and we were lucky enough to sing it for the first time, actually, at Andrea's concert.
Say the truth that you prefer to sing with Matteo now, because he's younger and more beautiful.
What's the truth, Sophia?
No, the truth is...
Andrea, that's a tough question to be asking.
Okay.
I'll take any opportunity to sing with Andrea or Matteo as an honor.
She'll take any Bocellis. We all will. Listen, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you so much. We are in for a treat today. We're very excited, aren't we?
And Andrea's new album, Duets, is out today. And Andrea and Sophia will be back later in the programme with a very special performance of Moon River. So we'll see you after the break.
Hi, everyone. Just wanted to say thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. Now, listen, we upload new content every day. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. And we'll see you in the morning.